I want to welcome everyone to this session today. It's a session we want to use one stone to kill two birds. You know, just like I was discussing with my friend now, I said it's not easy. Graduate school is not easy here. So anytime we find little time to do something, we try to accommodate a lot of things in just one session, so that we'll be able to cover a long gap. So this program today is basically of two phases. Please, you have not muted yourself. Can you mute yourself? So the program is going to be of two phases. First is the interview session, where we will interview one of our mentees, and then it's also an opportunity for us to advise him. What we always do here, and we always struggle, is to make sure that nobody is denied. And I'm happy that so far this year, from our records, because we are tracking some of these things, from our records, we had out of 30 students or 30 something students that we know that we assisted to get admission and scholarship. We were able to at least we had only 4 or 5 denials this year, and we achieved up to 20 something. So it's a plus. And we try to advise and advise and advise and make sure that you do your best. We usually try to do at least 2 interviews for you, 2 mock interviews for you, before we now allow you to go to the hot seat. So today we will do the interview session. After the interview session, then we do the part 2, the phase 2 of this event, which is check-in. The check-in is, we call it a check-in session. It's an opportunity for us to know, because we know that this is application period. I know most of you are now in the battlefield, battling with the professors and universities. We know all of those things now. This is the period when I applied to come here. This is the period that this period I joined a lot of sessions. I had a lot of meetings with professors and all of that. So this is the season. And that was why we brought up that skill acquisition program we did during summer, in order to prepare, because we know that this season is the season for application. So we did that program to prepare you guys, that 6 weeks skill, and I believe most of you have benefited from it. I had a discussion with one of our mentees yesterday. I asked him, how many schools have you applied? He said he applied to 13 schools in the US or more. I say, yes, this is the spirit. And there's no way these 13 schools, there's no way out of these 13 schools, he will not get at least 3 or 4 universities that will give him funding, full funding. No? So because the more you stretch your net, the more opportunities you have. So we encourage you guys to submit as many applications as possible. So this, and also, so we want to use the opportunity to, during the check-ins, because my colleagues are here, talk about the process of applying to their different universities, if the applications in their universities are open. And then we'll also do a Q&A session where you tell us, we will engage with you guys. You just want to engage with you. That's why we call it check-in. Engage with you guys, know what you guys are passing through, know what the challenges you are passing through. We know that some of you are passing through some challenges in fact, the kind of messages I get on my WhatsApp, most times I don't have time to reply. I'm sorry about that, but it's not my fault. So we have given out today to use this opportunity to navigate through your application processes, because there are some questions in the application process that you may not understand what to answer there. So we on our own try to give you answers to some of those questions. Then If you're having issues with your application fee, paying all of those things, we want to know. We want to actually know because we want to also use this opportunity to do a kind of assessment of the needs assessment of our followers. Because at the end of the day, we will take record of some of those things and we are already on discussion with some of our donors to see how we can extend some kind of financial assistance some of you guys, but we've not actually come to the conclusion. So, but the needs assessment will help us to, tailor down our requests and find a way to fix it in when, if eventually they give us positive response to our request. The money is for you guys, not for us. So we are looking at some of those things, and then Obasi, Ikechi, we will have to start from you. My man know how to drill you guys. Most times, whenever he conducts this interview, they can hardly deny you because I don't know. I was telling him you should have even gone to read psychology, or did you do psychology? Because he knows when you are lying, so he always catch you. Yeah. So let me hand the microphone over to my guy. The Prince, you have the
Hello,
floor.
brother.
Drill the
Okay.
guy.
Yeah. So that's what we're here to do, and it's just for the betterment of everyone. And then yeah. So I would like the Ikechi to just turn on your camera, please. I like to be seeing your face so that you know when you're talking to me and when you're doing something else. Okay. So all right. So are you ready to start now?
Ikechi, are you ready?
Okay.
Is it that your network or your village people are finally? What's happening? Your network is not clear. Okay, can you off your camera to see if your network can
Yes, I'm
assist?
ready. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think most times when people have poor network, if they put on their video, it will affect their audio. Can you speak now? Let me hear
Okay.
your voice. Let me see if your voice can.
All right. Can you hear me now? The video is off.
Yeah, the video is off.
I think it's
So
quite
now
better.
it's like we'll go without video because if he puts his video, I think his audio will have problem. We need audio more than the even though the video is also.
Okay. Okay. Right. Ikechi, are you ready for the interview now?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. If I'm asking, is this your very very first mock interview, or have you been at a mock interview before now?
This is my first mock interview, but I was denied the visa on the 29th of September.
Okay. 29th of September.
Yes, that's the last 2 months.
Okay. That's this year, right?
Yes, this year.
Okay. Okay. Do you have anything to say before we start, or do you have any concern you want to raise or something before we start?
Um, None for now. I did my best during my first interview, so I was actually uh, surprised by why they denied me. So that's why I contacted my friend who recommended your WhatsApp channel for me,
Can other people,
and I joined.
excuse me, Stanley, please, can you mute other persons that are not on interview stage? Can you mute them, please, so
Okay,
that we can have a.
let me meet them. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I know I asked that question because some persons, okay, like just needed to like clarify something. So, this founders and international scholarship you have here, is it the school that gave you the scholarship, or is it a source you got
Yes,
somewhere?
It's the school that gave me the scholarship, the school.
Okay. Okay. Okay, now let's give it a start. Let's give it a try out. All right.
All right.
All right, good morning. Pass me your documents.
Look at it, sir.
Okay, so what are you going to Pacific Union College to do?
Okay, sir. I'm going to study nursing at Pacific Union College.
So run me through your educational background.
Is that not
All
coming
right.
from his background?
I don't know. I can't even tell where that stuff is coming from.
The noise is coming from his background.
Ikechukwu, please, can you move away from either from the fan or something? Because we need because this thing is being recorded so that it can have a better
Yeah.
quality and all of that, please.
Okay. Just give me like a minute. Let me move away from this location.
Or if it is something that I have control over, you can put it off.
Yeah, because it's really not going to be so good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Are you in a place that is working now? Ikechi.
Hello. I'm moving away from that location, sir.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I think it's a little bit clearer now.
Okay.
Okay, so
So you were saying,
I said run me through your educational background.
okay, sir. So I have a first degree in civil engineering from a federal university in Nigeria, Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Umudike. So,
Yeah, we have problem.
and now I'm trying to venture into nursing. That's why I applied to Pacific Union College at
Okay, so
Angway,
what
California.
can you run me through your study plan?
Okay, I have a funding. If I have a family funds, the whole amount in
Okay,
my account, in a
Education.
separate account.
did you get my question? I
Edu.
said run me through your study plan.
Okay, sir. I plan to study nursing at a Pacific Union College, graduate and probably take a role take a role that has been left vacant
Please,
by my mom.
can you tell me what has changed since your last time of coming here? I saw you were denied in September 29. So what has changed?
Hello, sir. I can't hear you. What do you say, sir?
So what has changed? You came here on September 29th, and then you are here again. What has changed from your last interview till now?
All right. The first person that interviewed me didn't give me the opportunity to present my proof of funds. But now I have the proof of funds available to show. I mean, the full funding, 100% funding.
Who will be taking care of your deficits?
My family, the funds has already been deposited in a separate U.S. bank account for the 3 years program. The deficit has already been deposited in a separate
What's your
U.S.
post-study
bank
plan?
account.
What's your post-study plan?
Okay, now there's a position that will be left vacant in 3 years' time by my mom at a medical center at the State University. So I plan upon graduation to take up that role and fill the vacant role when she retires. That's my plan after graduation.
Okay, so when did you finish your last education?
I was 2020, sir.
So since then till now, what have you been doing?
I've been practicing, sir. I'm a civil engineer. I've been practicing since then, sir. I've worked in federal institutions and state institutions,
I'm
and I've
sorry, hold on,
handled
please.
contracts.
I'm sorry, I can't continue with this interview. You're not qualified for this visa, so we can try some other time. Man, like, see, yeah, you were denied, right? See, They will deny you like 1,001 times, like
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
plus. Like,
Sir,
see,
sir,
you're not
sir,
ready.
can I make a comment, sir?
Okay.
I the former where I was sitting before you asked me to leave, so I actually ran from that location to a different place. So I'm
That
still
has nothing
even
to do
breathing
with
heavily. So
that has nothing to do with what
It
I'm talking
it
about.
it has not
okay,
it has no connection
Okay,
with the
so
problem.
let me start. If I finish, other people can make their inputs. Okay. Um,
okay, sir.
like one of my friends yesterday, I had an interview with one group that I do this thing interview with. I don't know if you've heard about Sadon mock interview. So I'm one of their views, and one of my friend there told someone that you are not a US candidate, and I'm sorry to use that word. For now, maybe after this interview, you will become a candidate. You're not a US candidate yet.
All right, sir.
You sound to me like someone that is just going there, like just finding a way to leave Nigeria, not someone that is going to study. That's the very
Yeah.
first impression I got. Okay. That's the very first impression I
Okay.
got. And then you are now going for an associate degree. Hmm? I think
When you have a
what I
degree
going.
already,
Hold on, you're going for an associate degree, and they are going for it in nursing, one of the most treasured disciplines in the United States. And if I let me start from your overall interview. When I ask you, what are you going to do at this place? You just told me I'm going to study nursing. That's where you stopped. And before I ask you the question, I know you're going to study nursing. I saw it in your I-20. So telling me the same thing doesn't make any sense to me. I want to know why you are
Okay.
going here. Like, okay, I'm going to study, I'm going to this school to study nursing where I'll be focusing on maybe you have different areas in nursing. You have to focus on this part of nursing. Okay, and I intend to do this, I intend to do that. And okay, the study of this other person, or maybe the course of because for now you're even going for associate degree. And it's very hard to relate on what you want to do. So you don't just tell me I'm going to study nursing. Like I already saw that on your I-20. That's why I asked you what are you going here to do. So the next thing, and I ask you, um, your study plan or something is you were telling me civil engineering and all of that. I don't even want to come to what you studied last because everything you're telling me here is just like, guy, just want to leave Nigeria. I want to go to the United States to go and live. That's the interpretation I'm getting from everything you're telling me. I'm not getting the interpretation of someone that is going there to study. I'm not even getting the interpretation. In fact, I might even ask you, how did you get who helped you to apply for the school? Because you're not someone like someone that apply to the school yourself. I don't know if you
I
can get
did,
what I'm
sir.
saying. No, I
Yes,
didn't say
yes.
you didn't do. I didn't say you didn't do that, but you're not sounding to me. You're not sounding like someone that applied to the school yourself.
Okay,
Then
sir.
three, you're not sounding like someone that even did a research about schools before making an application. Because if you did, and you know where you're coming from, you won't go to a school that will be taking you cost of about 50 something thousand US dollars, and you're going for nothing. Your target will be schools that will be like maybe like 20,000, 20 something thousand, or 30,000 at most. Entire cost of attendance. Then three, now let me say the fourth one, there is no coherence with you. You already have a degree. Let me just give for everybody here. I'm just saying this thing for everybody listen to me now. Please. If you already have a degree in any area and you're already in science, for crying out loud, you're in science, STEM. US is looking for you in that engineering, not nursing. Like they are
yes.
waiting to receive you from that engineer. Like that is not engineering study, right? They are waiting to receive you with that engineering certificate. Not you come say you want to do nursing. Even if you want to do nursing, you can come in with your engineering certificate, then you abandon it, and then start a new program in nursing. It's allowed. But you can't be finishing a degree. And look at your age. Your date of birth says 1994. Okay. And then you're coming for an associate degree. To them, it's not comprehensible because this degree are coming for is for people that are like that kind of 16, 17 that wants to do small thing before they get into nursing. Not for someone that is already. In fact, for you to mention that you already have a degree, it disqualifies you in the first place. Not like you can have a degree and go for another degree, but because you have a degree in engineering and then you're going for another associate degree in nursing, they don't relate.
Okay, sir.
Please, when is your interview? I've not finished. I have so many things to tell you. When is your interview?
27th of this month, sir.
Please, I will just tell you if of this month you're not ready. If you can have time to reschedule, and take time and get yourself prepared. Like I wish you can after this interview you can meet up with stand, and then maybe that also I will still recommend you to start mock interview. They can still train you more because we will not really have the time all the time to kind of come to you and then talk to you about this thing. But there is a whole lot of work to do. Now, okay, now when I asked you your last degree, just to be study civil engineering and then you're practicing, for you to be practicing in civil engineer, yeah, civil engineering is already enough. So in fact, what did you even write in your SOP? This is already enough for you to put on your SOP that will give you a graduate funding in graduate school to come for a master's or PhD. I know you want to come to the US, so you have the way to come to the US. You're already in STEM. Okay, that STEM is enough for you to come to the US because they are looking for people in STEM. And in fact, I have a lot to say. So let me just go again. I asked about your study plan. You told me you study civil engineering, you want to come and study nursing, and then after which the study plan I'm asking you about is what are the relevant courses you want to come and do here? How many credit hours is your course? Let me know. Okay, my study plan. Okay, I plan to come. I plan to do. I'll be taking up like 22 credit hours, where some of the courses includes this, and that. And after which I'll be either doing a thesis, a thesis based course, or maybe a non-thesis masters or something. If the degree is thesis based, you talk about it. So this is to say, okay, I've already studied this. This shows that you're a scientist, you're a student, because being a student, you must know what you're going to do in the school. So
Yes.
when I ask about your study plan, I don't mean you asking, telling me whether you studied nursing, whether you want to go and do engineering and all of that. That is irrelevant. Just tell me, this is the course I'm going to be taking. I have how many credit hours to take, and then I'll be taking it out one long semester, one short semester. Like, go and study about what the degree is all about in that particular school. You have to. I don't know
Okay,
if you
sir.
have a pen writing these things now because I know you forget most of them. Maybe after you can have access to the recorded video. Then two, when I ask you who is taking care of a deficit, you told me my family. The money is already deposited in US account. They don't care about that. Nobody's gonna ask you for your proof of fund. See, you see that money I'm talking about, but these guys, they will even go and ask. They bounce politicians that has millions of dollars. They bounce them visa. So you get having a chicken dollar in that account. Someone now no consign them. Oh. And I hope say the year preach make I come down small. Now no consign them.
I understand you, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
And so like, in fact, funny enough, most times, right? Most times, these people don't get to ask you about the proof of fund you have. They don't care about it. They work basically most of the time with what they have on your I-20. Okay, so most times they don't want to ask you, let me see your proof of fund. Only on rare cases. Maybe they say that you have a whole lot of deficit, and then they say that you're a very good material to come to the United States. They might say, okay, let me even see if you have it. If at any time they ask you for your proof of fund, and when you don't have funding, right, just know that they're almost at the point of giving you the visa. Because for them, they don't need it. So when I ask you who's taking care of you, you say my father. What I expect to hear this is, okay, my family or my father, who is this, who is that? Mention the name of your father, what he does, how much does he earn, what's the staff strength, if he has if he has a company or something. They're gonna say my father, who is the CEO of, mention the name of the company. Okay, what does the company produce? Let's hear all those things. He's not into CEO, he's a businessman. Okay, my father, who is the head of this and all of that, like, okay, he has so many business, he has this estate, but most of us real estate don't cast for embassy because most of the innocent people they just come they lie. Real estate don't cast. So you better still look for another strategy where you use go. So I'm just telling you the honest truth because like if I don't at least this year alone, I've interviewed more than at least, let me not say the least is 50, 70 people this year alone. And we hear their stories. So now, yeah, when I asked you, what do you do presently? You still come back and told me, okay, I asked you what's your experience. You still come back and told that you're a civil engineer practicing. You're a practicing civil engineer and you want to go and do nothing.
I want to go and do
How?
nursing.
Like, see, let me tell you, let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you something, right? We used to tell people something. If you want to lie, lie. Adopt a lie. See, you can adopt a lie. Yeah, you can adopt a lie, and that lie becomes your own. You can adopt somebody's story, and that story becomes your own, and you sell it out, and then it will fetch you the visa. That's gospel truth. So, like now, right? Even if you come here and tell them, okay, I did maybe I went to maybe all this here school of nursing. Okay, there's no degree given. This people, most times they don't ask you for certificates. Most times, like I tell somebody something, if you're going for the very first interview you're going to, and you've never gone before, Omo, see, I never even if you graduated with what's it called with civil engineering. Okay, let's say you graduated with mass communication, and you got admission for civil engineering. My brother, my first degree was in civil engineering. I don't know what is mass communication. I'm claiming civil engineering from my first day, like, because your story must align. They want to see what you've been doing in the past and how it relates to what you're doing presently. So that's another point. Another point, and I asked you, when did you finish? When did you had your last degree? You said 2020. Then from 2020 to 2023, you are practicing civil engineering, and they want to come and do nothing. That's why I told you that I am not seeing anything viable in everything you're saying. So that's what I said before, you're not a candidate. So I'm sorry to sound harsh, or maybe like to sound too mean to you, or to sound too straight to you. But if you still go with this
No, I
history
appreciate I
profile,
appreciate your honesty, sir.
if you go with this profile, with this history, I must tell you the truth. They will deny you. In fact, they might ban you from coming to the United States Embassy with this history you're going with.
Okay, so I have a question, sir.
Yeah, ask me a
Yeah.
question.
Okay, sir, I feel I've been all for my application process. I've been doing it all by myself without any help at all. Now, during my DS160, during when I filled my DS160, I filled all my information legit the way it is. I didn't lie. So I was thinking maybe they will have access to that DS160 while they will be interviewing me. That was why I was
Hold on,
trying to be
hold on,
honest, 100%.
hold on. Anything you feel in this 160, they will have access to it. They are looking at it when they're interviewing you.
Definitely. They are having it.
But the thing is this: how, if they have access to this 160, how will they know? How will they go and know the school you graduated from and ask them, this boy finished with civil engineering? That's the question. They have this only, you see, these guys, they're psychologists. It's what you tell them that they work with. They are well trained. It's what the information you give them is what they will use to drill you. And then now, for the fact that you've already filled the first one, okay, you've already filled the first one, that is saved in their system. So my only best advice to you like this is this, bros. Application window is still open. Like, it's still open. Your service fee is still legit. It's still valid till next year. I know you want to go to the United States. Bros, you see, I can count 1,001 universities, right? That you apply without writing GRE. In civil engineering, you get full funding PhD. And once you have that full funding, like, you've eased yourself the stress of, like, your interview is like almost 80% to 90% done. The next step is just for you to come and present yourself and then be audible and then be strategic and then be eloquent and then be able to defend what you have on your documents.
Okay.
I'm sorry I'm going this way, but that's the
Actually,
gospel truth.
no, I appreciate your honesty, sir. But the truth is that I honestly want to study nursing, and like I said before, nobody guided me. I did everything
Let me tell you
100% by
something.
myself.
If you want to
Nobody
study,
guided me, not even a single person. So
if you want to study nursing, right? Me here now talking to you, I'm doing PhD in chemistry and biochemistry. And if I decide now today that I don't want this thing again, I will bounce out with masters. Before I bounce out with masters, I will apply for nursing and I'll get admission. You can even come in after your first semester. You go and meet. See, these people they don't joke with mental health. Tell them that your mental health is at stake. That you don't think you can cope with this degree. In fact, they go to pity you. They go to beg you. I beg, no study again. Then you can decide to go into your nursing. Nobody will study. But the issue is this: how are you gonna fund it? School in the United States is not easy. Coming without funding is another big deal, and then you have to pay health insurance and all of that. So, for what most people do is this: when they come for a PhD, they gather small money in that their PhD program. They save small, then they now leave, go and study the course of their choice. And I know about a school, South Plains College here in Lubbock, in Texas. Their school fee, I think they pay about, I think either $600 every month for each semester. They pay about $3,000 a semester, and that's literally cheap. So that's what I told you before. You didn't do your research well, because people going for nursing from Nigeria and other African countries, they look for schools that have low tuition fee and low cost of attendance, because your high cost of attendance will affect your interview, because you're going to be lying about how you got the funds. I didn't even ask you what your family does, because I didn't want, because the interview was not really going well. But that's why I didn't. If I asked you those questions too, you would have still maybe given me figures. I will still come and think, well, let's press calculator together and know how it aligns. So I'm sorry, please. You have a lot of work to do. So since you've already paid for the
okay, sir.
interview, I will advise you still go for it. Refill your DS160. go and reshuffle it, like take time. Like as I'm talking to you, and I have about 3 persons I have to reveal the S160. Like we're gonna go through it one by one to know the things they feel, to know if they can sell them. So review your S160, get someone to help you go through it. Once you are done with that, then plan yourself well. Like you can still get it. Like you can, like you still have the like. I love the fact that you can talk, but you are eloquent. But the fact is, you're making you're making short statements, which is not what they need. Tell them what they want to know and what they want to hear. Go straight to the point, and then work on yourself. Since you've already paid for the interview, go for the interview because they can't refund you your money. Okay, so if you say you want to reschedule it maybe to next year when it's going to be, then when you apply to a new school, and then you look for another DS160 that will get you funding, and then you attach it and then go for your interview. But I wish you the very best. Other people can make their input, making people say, "I mean, let me say that, like say, let me hate you, and I mean, don't make you come."
No, no,
But
no,
I'm just saying,
no, sir. I totally
No,
understand. I appreciate your honesty, sir. I totally
yeah.
understand. Of course, that's why I came here.
Obviously,
So,
one thing is that here in Edu Africa, we tell people the truth. We cannot,
yes, yes.
we don't sugarcoat words for you. I tell you some of our experiences in the past. There has been one guy, one of the guys that were denied this year. He came to us requesting for help. I personally took a look at I reviewed his DS160. After that was after I have interviewed him. Now, when we interviewed him here, I advised him that don't go to embassy. Why? Because see, the way I do things is that it's not that I'm a pastor or something. But if I tell you that you are gonna be denied, there are you would be definitely denied. It's not that I'm not a prophet of doom anyway, but these are psychological issues. These are what we have experienced. We have had different experiences of denial and approval. And most times, whenever I tell you you are going to be approved, definitely you will be approved. It's not that I know a lot of people that came here this year. We interviewed, and I told them, even one of them, the night of his interview, he called me personally saying, "Please, I should pray for you." I said, "You don't need to pray. Go and get your visa. I'm waiting for you tomorrow morning to tell me that your visa has come. It is not a matter of prayer. You will get your visa." And before I wake up that morning, because that night was early morning in Nigeria, so I later slept. When I woke up, the first message I saw is, "Ross, my visa has been approved." I told him, I told you, it's not a matter of, I don't want you to go and be stressing yourself praying because it's already approved. So what I'm going to advise you
Yeah.
is to, if it is possible, you don't need to go to embassy again with this story you have and with this. My brother Ozioma has actually said everything. That because when you were doing your interview, because most times whenever interview is going on, I'm jotting down something. So almost everything that I jotted down here is what he has actually pointed out. So
Okay, sir.
I candid advice, because when you say you did a civil engineering and you're going to study nursing and you are practicing civil engineering, you have never practiced nurse. So what are you going to do what are you going to nurse to do? That is, if you are VO, will you give yourself the visa? That is the thing. So I know that things are bad in our country. A lot of people want to leave, but and these people know about this. But let's not come and reiterate it in their ear that
Okay,
I want Japa.
sir.
It's not, yeah.
That's the issue. I really want to study nursing, and I have the full funding by my
If you want
family.
to, if you
That
want to study nursing, if you want to study
yeah,
nursing, we are talking of something that will make you to get your visa first. I think Uzoma told you something. We want you to,
Yes.
you need to get your visa first. Now,
Okay, sir.
how embassy works is that they check from undergrad or from secondary school, undergrad to graduate, and then to what you said you studied this, and they also check your work experience. All of those things are what they consider in approving your visa. Now,
Okay.
look at my
Okay.
story. I studied industrial relations and personnel management in undergrad. I did public administration in Polytechnic, moved to university and got a degree in human resources. Then I'm coming for a master's in public administration. Then I'm working in a university as a lecturer. So you see, all of these things has connection. That this person has gotten this in this area. He is going for a further studies to continue in the academics. It is a very clear, if anybody denies you visa in this kind of situation, the person, and then not only that, I have funding. I have my tuition, I have scholarship. So I have the money to study. I want to go and study and improve myself in the same area. So why would you deny me visa? So these things are not rocket science. You know, in Nigeria or in Africa, most of the pastors, they will just, you just tell them, I'm going for visa interview. They will tell you, yes, I've seen in the spirit that you get it. And at the end of the day, you will not get it because what he's saying is he's saying fake. He is not being realistic with you. Here, we look at some of these things, we study it psychologically, and we tell you whether you're going to be denied or approved. Most times, whenever we deny, you get denied. Whenever we approve, you get approved. Not that we are prophesying doom or we are prophesying success, but we are working on realistic things. That is why
I
in
understand.
academics, they carry out research. And when they carry out research, they present results based on experiments done. It is not based on my observation. It is based on reality, facts. So the facts you have presented to us here does not convince us to tell you that, oh, you have done well. Go and collect. It means we don't like you. It means we are not helping you.
Okay,
So
sir.
my advice, like I said, is for you to not to, but just like Ozoma said, you may possibly decide to go because you have already fixed that date and you have already fixed that time. No problem. However, I want to tell you that your chances of getting that visa is very slim. So as
Okay,
you
sir.
are planning to go, also plan on how you will apply for a new admission in your area of interest, in your area of, you studied civil engineering, you are practicing civil engineering for the past 3 years you graduated. So if you go for a master's or PhD in civil engineering, it aligns better than going for nursing. Now, just like this guy told you, if you want to change from nursing, if you want to change from nursing, from civil engineering to nursing, it is possible. People switch over programs. People can even change school. People do it here. I can give you 1, 2, 3, or 4 instances of people who came to study A and they ended up studying B. It is acceptable. It is 100% acceptable. So
Okay, what you are saying in essence is that I should align my
align your
what I'm going to.
practice to what you're going to
Then when I
study.
cross over, then when I get my visa, I can now switch to nursing.
This word you're using, crossover, I'm not comfortable with it.
Okay,
Hello,
sorry, sir.
Stanley.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir.
Yes. So is it possible we can help him align because I'm thinking that clearly there can be a bridge or a shortcut related to maybe he chipping in that he currently volunteer part-time in a hospital or something, like, you know.
Did he
something
volunteer? The question is, did he volunteer in the hospital?
Yes, actually, sir, my mom is a nurse, and I've been working with her closely sometimes.
Oh, so Oga, you put this in so that at least the person knows that there's a coherence, because this looks like an off or way switch, like the interviewer said. Like there's no coherence. So you if you had chipped in this, then maybe the person's mind would be coming on. Oh, okay. Then maybe he would want to delve deeper into it. You see, that makes it more like lively or something.
Let me come in a bit. I think I have, like I said before, he doesn't really need to like kind of put it off entirely because he already paid for the visa fee and then he already been optimistic. So I just got something from him. I said the mom has a hospital and then he has been partnering there or something. So it's just very simple and easy. When did you finish? When did you have a last degree? Okay, I had my last degree in 2020 in civil engineering, and since then, and that was during COVID. You finished, so you already have a good point. So since then, I've been partnering with my mom in her hospital. You mentioned about the hospital, and I've been assisting the nurses and doing this and doing that and doing that. And then you are coming into why you want to come and study nursing in the United States. But the reason why I'm saying this is because one, even while we are doing this, your interview is just 27th, and 27th is very close. And after 27th, many school deadlines will come by in terms of next fall admission. So I wanted to, while you are making preparation to go for this interview, I wanted to look for schools, apply directly for a PhD. Because by 1st December, most schools will go off in terms of application. And then some will extend to December 31st, some will extend to January next year. So that you don't put your eggs in one basket, because for me, you already have a history in the embassy. So that history is already there. So while you're coming to make this story, okay, what has changed? Look, I was able to communicate my feats before now in the last interview, and I was able to express myself and what I've been doing presently and since I finished school. So this is also at that point. After the interview, I want to listen to you okay, what is that thing you are coming to put now that you didn't put before then? So because, like I said before, you already paid for this visa fee, and your service fee will still count in next year. So rewrite this story, find a way of bringing in your mom hospital, and then how you've been partnering with her since you finished school. Okay, and then from that point, you developed a desire, or maybe you developed a zeal, or maybe you nurtured yourself into the vision of studying nursing. That's where it came from. Because when you finished school since undergraduate, after studying engineering, and then you found that there's a new part in nursing, because you've been seeing how people are suffering, or you've been seeing how they are treating people. Maybe you've been seeing the lapses in terms of nursing career in the hospital. So this is what fueled your desire to come to study nursing. So this is how you can bring in this story and make it align and then look good while you present yourself. I don't want to bring out the story of I've been practicing civil engineering. Like that should be off your deal. As in, like, that should be off completely. Like it should be
Okay, sir.
off completely.
Okay, sir.
Think someone wants Mr. Emmanuel. Your hands are is up. Can you unmute and speak? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I can hear you. We can
Can
hear
we
you.
request Ian,
Mr. Emmanuel
Ian
is
to
speaking.
guide me? Yes, I'm sorry.
How can I go into studies to work with that woman? 60.
This guy
Ian,
is
find the mute.
Doyen, put off your mic, please.
no, no, wait. I'm putting on this thing. Yeah, we can hear you. These people are just distracting us. Let me.
Okay.
Wait.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, go ahead. No. Let Mr. Emmanuel finish speaking. You can now speak.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
Mr.
you very
Emmanuel, you can
much.
go on.
Yes, thank you very much. I wanted to know clearly the quickest. Just for clarity, the gentleman is switching from civil engineering. He did civil engineering masters, right? Rather in undergraduate, and then he's doing nursing, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. He was admitted in nursing and he got a scholarship in nursing, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to benchmark and be on a very good side, because now he has already, I assume he has already paid the fee for the interview. I think he should still continue. Let's not discourage him. He should still continue and attend, But in attendance, let him focus mostly on putting in context of career change. Because career change is allowed, no one can stop you from changing a career. Every day it happens from day in and day out. People change in mind, people reach and they change their careers every day. It happens. So I think he should benchmark for the interest of getting the what's the name of that thing? For the interest of going through or becoming successful, he should focus mostly on change of career, because it's a very big switch, like from civil engineering to nursing. Honestly, it doesn't it doesn't really align really well. So the best way is, Mr. Obasi, best way
Sir.
is go about it like this. Simply think of career change, like everything that you do. Talk of career change, give examples of family. Say that sometimes we are not well guided from the beginning, so I had to take civil engineering, but fortunately I later discovered myself with career mentorship from different individuals. I discovered myself and I found that I can do and perform very well in nursing or in a health course. So you can benchmark on that. And then mostly the most important part is try as much as possible to bring out the value, because the questions that they are going to be asking you will be aligning with the value that you will bring about to your country, to the US, when you go, and even when you return back in your country. What does it add to that? So if you benchmark everything on the career change, it will make sense to them. But apart from that, honestly, just as a colleague mentioned earlier, kindly, as you go planning when you're going to apply somewhere else, or you can begin thinking of another admission somehow. But career change is a good pathway for you. Over to you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that input. Yeah, career change, like we are saying, is a good thing.
Stan, can I mention something about career change? You mentioned
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay, now talking about career change, there's one thing we have to understand, that career change is very much accepted and allowed everywhere. But the question is this: see, these viewers, they are human beings. They just like, their job is just to come and sit down and listen to you. Like that's this, as you think they are happy every day. They wake up, come and listen to like random persons they might never see again in their life.
Over 1,000
And then
persons.
and then you're coming to say career change is good, but the fact is this: most of these views, they don't even understand the relationship with some of these courses you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like most of them just study psychology, and then they're just there to like kind of psych you to know what you want to do, like if you're really coming to tell the truth. Career change is very, very important. Like you can mention it, but why mentioning it? Just still understand that to deny you, visa, it's not really about how sweet you're like you're talking about your career change, like how it's sounding interesting, that why you want to change and all of that. Because this person sometimes don't even understand the relationship most of the times. That's why they will ask you, okay, what are you going to do? What is this your course all about? They really want to know, like, this course you are doing, like what because basically what they want is, what can you offer to the United States? That's basically what they want. What they want is the value you're coming to give United States. And talking about career change, career switch, it's important, but still understand that most of these views don't really have big deal, like have big view, because they're listening to random people every day, and then they just come to hear people that they might not even get to see again in their life, and some of those things here and there. So while talking about career change, like I said before, your biggest bet is work on your mom's hospital, like coming from that point, very, very important. And then your post-study plan should be tied to that too. And then what else am I trying to talk about? Make applications, like bros, make application. Texas Tech we still dey open for application now. What's it called? Rice University, all the graduate school is free, even though the acceptance rate is very low. Kent State University is a very good school you can apply to. They have about 88% acceptance rate. What's it called? Some other schools too. So just as an explore your options while going for the interview. I think I will hang up from this point.
All right. Thank you very much,
Okay,
sir.
okay, that's wonderful. Okay, Charles, you wanted to say something just quickly.
Yeah, greet everyone.
Yeah.
My take on this is I've seen that maybe the visa applications are mainly of your experiences and what you want to do. And in some aspects, it has to conjoin with your academic and what you have been doing so far before the visa application. So what I'm trying to say now is, no, this we all in Nigeria here, and most times when some people they graduate due to unemployment rate, you see that they might not have experiences. You understand? Maybe they want to go for further education. So sometimes, according to you, you are telling the guy that the person who was in this, that he would have put in experiences as a health worker or something that he has, you understand? Uh, so for me now, I'm trying to go on this process too. I'm trying to go on this process too. And I have not had much experiences on employment and work opportunities. But I've had research experiences which I did during my undergraduate, and I was planning on maybe getting help of work experience through organizations that might say, okay, let's give you this. Since you know this, they can give you evidence of working with them. Can you use such evidence? You understand? Even knowing
Okay,
that
you
you
mean
not
you
even
are
work for
you
this.
wait, are you trying to say
Mm.
him getting kind of a letter from where he's working or something? Is that
Yes,
your
you may just meet
yeah,
an organizations that can help you
regarding
out.
that? Regarding that,
Mm.
most times
Mm.
they don't ask you those documents. They don't ask you about your appointment letter or whatever. They don't ask you about
Mm.
those things. When you come to a visa officer, the two documents they ask from you based on experiences and what has been happening is just two: your passport and your I-20. These are the two documents they ask you to submit.
Mm. Mm.
Every other thing they don't even care about your bank statement. And now this reminds me, please don't mention that thing you said again. I forgot to even mention it. Say that thing you said when you talked about that the money is paid somewhere in US account waiting. Don't if I don't open your mouth to say such a thing in the embassy. It's not is a red flag for you. So you can, if you want to say, if you want to talk
Okay,
about that, that there is money, don't talk about that it is saved somewhere in US bank. So you are giving them this thing, you are giving them the what do you call it? The impression that you have someone in the US and then you are not coming back again. So it's a red flag for you. So don't say that. Now, Doc, you wanted to say something?
Okay, yeah.
Hello,
Good
sir.
evening, all.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
It's Martin.
Sir, I had
It's
a network
Martin.
issue when you were talking about my financial this thing, my funding. I had a network issue. I didn't hear you when you corrected me based on
Okay.
what I said about.
What I said there is don't
Okay.
mention that there is money, because you mentioned during your interview, you said that they have packed enough money for you to study, that it is already in the US waiting for you to come and grab the money. Please don't say that in the interview. It doesn't go well. It's
Okay,
a
sir.
red flag for you. You are giving them the impression that you have someone in the US waiting to welcome you and then to convert you from non-immigrant to immigrant. It's a very
Okay, sir.
big red flag. You can say that the money is there, is that you should have that. You can just he gave you advice on how you can answer that question. That your father is or your mother or whoever is going to be your sponsor. He does this, he is this, he is that, he is that, he is that. Simple. Forget about where the money is kept. Don't talk about where the money is
Okay,
kept.
sir.
Even if the money is kept,
Okay, sir.
I don't know why you would say the money is kept in US. But I don't know,
Okay.
it doesn't make
The
sense to
reason I
say the
said
money is
that
kept.
was that the university that gave me admission, the Pacific Union College, they already assessed me financially. They already cleared me financially, and they insisted that I paid in a certain amount of money in a US bank account before they sent me my for I-20. Maybe that's why I said it. The school already cleared me financially, and that was one of their requirements. They asked me to deposit at least $55,000 in a US bank account, sir.
And you did that.
Yes, sir. Yes, and I sent them proof, sir.
Hold on,
Okay.
Oga, please. Please, I want to get something. Did you send proof of fund? Or did you send money to United States bank account? Which one did you do?
Now, the university asked me
Ask for proof of
to,
fund, right?
yes, proof of funds containing a certain amount of money in a US bank account.
Mm-hmm. And you did you actually pay 55,000 US dollars in a US bank account, or you just got a statement of account to give them? You
I
know,
got a statement. I got a statement
yes,
of account of my from my family
you
in a
see,
US bank account, and I sent it to them, sir.
when you go to a lawyer, a lawyer will ask you, you need to tell the lawyer the truth so that you'll be able to. We know some of these things. We know some of these things. That's why I asked you, did you get statement of account or did you actually pay money into an account? These are two things that people do. So because I know that there was no money anywhere. So
That's really good.
And that is a little
Okay,
so
let me say something about someone talking about the career and then work experience and then how to bring it in. Please, like I said before, you can own up a lie. Like I've written it here. Own up a lie, and that lie will become your own completely. Nobody's gonna question that lie, except if you cannot defend the lie. Most persons, I can tell you
Okay,
that
sir.
90, I can tell you that 60% of persons coming to the United States without funding, 90% lied, and they are here. So
yeah.
if you've worked somewhere, even if you have little experience, you can pride over it. I've worked with this company, maybe I've worked with this hospital, and then I have this experience. Nobody's going to ask you for the proof of that you've been working here. They don't have that time. Like you knew that your interview at most 3 minutes. Like 3 minutes is long.
3 minutes is even long.
It's
This
long.
interview is just 1 minute. You are gone.
So they don't have
Kotilo.
all those time. So please, if you want to lie, if you want to adopt a lie, this is like you had experience somewhere. Adopt the lie, but make the lie look so real that even if you're telling me that lie, I will never like question the lie. That's the point.
Okay, so Doc, you wanted to say something.
So
I, are you saying something or is your network disappointing you?
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Michael.
Oh, Marcel, you are the one that is telling me that you're a dog.
At least I'm close to. Anyway, please, can we just be honest with this guy and tell him to put it? There's no need to package, in as much as you can defend life, there's no need to package life when it's clearly visible. One is that he has actually told that there's no link between the two courses that I want to do and study. Fine. I would expect him to say that he got the certificate maybe public health or something like that. So I would want to have advised him if he has something like or if there's any way you can postpone.
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you better now.
Okay. If there is any
Before,
way he could have postponed this
continue.
there is no way he can postpone this.
Your volume has gone down. What do you change?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's better now. Speak like
Okay,
this.
sorry about that. Okay, sir. I said if there is any way I could have advised him, if there is any way he could have postponed this visa interview, maybe some other time, then to get something like a certificate that links to health. Because I mean, we can agree with me that even in Nigeria here, you want to switch to any other course, maybe in masters or anywhere, you must first do PG
Yeah,
before
PGD, yeah.
they can. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can do PGD before you can actually get, even if you have first class in previous course but they don't have a linkage, you must do PGD before you can switch. So for me, my best advice is if for that thing not to have this interview now, of which is very clear that it's not going to fly, so instead of this thing to dent his record that he was once denied a visa, I would advise him just to forget about it and probably have a second option of, if you have an option to shift or postpone the visa, the interview maybe to next year, then he can. But if not, I would have advised him, if this is going to be on his record that is going to he was once denied a visa, because when you once denied a visa and it's on your record, when you come for a second time, every people's eye will open.
Actually, this is the second time. Oh, if you are talking of
Okay,
denial, he has been denied before. And this is the
so
second time. So that's why we are saying nothing come out. Even if they deny, nothing come out. They don't deny before. Nothing, no serious thing. I have even seen somebody who were denied 8 times. On the ninth one, he was given.
okay,
so, so yeah. So this is his another interview. So why we are saying he should go is uh, he has paid for it. He has nothing to. It's like when you say a mad woman in the market, you say cover yourself. What is she covering herself for
yeah.
again? So there's nothing to lose. The only thing we are saying to remedy the situation in case he is denied the second time is for him to
Yeah,
start now to apply.
because my fear is that when you said you were working, it's just like the last interview you did, the last mock interview you did. The guy said he was working. I don't know if you can remember. The guy said he was working in his uncle's hospital. Your
Yeah,
question
yeah,
to
yeah. I
him,
remember that one.
yeah, your question to him was, what actually were you doing there? Because that time you just walk in and help arrange files, and it doesn't speak
Yeah,
well of someone that has passion. You
you are
understand? For
working.
so yes, for you to have had that zeal to go and study nursing or medicine or whatever, you must have had something that triggered you to go and do that. And what were you working towards that? For example, I applied for one of the scholarship, McNeil, which I sent to you, the message they sent to me. The
Yeah.
they asked me the last time I finished school. I told them that 2019 I finished my BSc. Then 2022 I finished my 2023 I finished my master's. Because of that, they waived my English proficiency because they know that I am on track. Do you understand? So for someone to have finished maybe 3 years ago and coming back to do this thing, so what were you doing exactly in that hospital you said your mom owns or dad owns or family owns? So these things is just where I'm balancing to me. But to encourage him, let him go and see it off, and maybe try to find a way. It just takes God's miracle. I know that God can do anything, but I still ask him, if you are the one, will you approve yourself the visa? Because to me,
Okay.
I didn't see it anyway.
Well, let's
All
not
right.
let's not overflog
Let's
this
know.
thing. Let's
Yeah,
give him some take home on what he just needs to do. Let's not really overflog it.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. We've
first thing,
we've really.
first thing, first thing from my own end, you need to do one like from everybody's suggestion. Okay, try to synchronize the part of your mom hospital and then what you've been doing there. Since you've been close to your malice, you should know some basic things that nurses do. Okay, and then being that you don't have a degree in nursing, you can still do most of them. The only thing you can do is what assistance, because you don't have a degree in nursing, you don't have a qualification in nursing. So just find a way of bringing in this assistance you think that nurses need, okay, to help them facilitate their work. So bring in that synchronization. Then two, you can bring about, okay, that you've been taking some courses. If you look for some nursing related courses that you've been taking, then nobody's gonna ask you for those certificates, because that's like, I'm pretty sure about that. Like, nobody's gonna ask you for those things. So, but find a way of like, okay, if you're taking some online courses on this, on that, that's kind of that will enhance your studies in the area of nursing. And then too, like someone said before, try to bring in a storyline that made you have a career shift. Okay, try to bring in a very good storyline that made you think or have a career shift. That's very important. Then number three, I don't know if I have mentioned, but whichever one number it is, then never you go there and mention about the what Stanley just told you about having money. You pay the money, whatever in the account or something, and then
Okay.
try to bring in a slide. Know about the study plan. What is your study plan? Know about your study plan. Go and study what the school is all about. How many credit hours are you supposed to take? Because I know you've not done those. Check what are the core courses this school prides on. Because every course, every discipline has a course that they pride on. Like this particular area, they are very good at. Try to know about that one. This is some of the reasons. Because they might ask you, okay, why did you choose this school? If they ask why did you choose, you just say that you just chose the school because you want to go study nursing. No, this course is not their pride, it's one of the reasons why you chose the school. Then what you have been doing since you graduated, once they ask you, when did you graduate? When was your last degree? Tell them, upon finishing my BSc in this, then bring in that career shift that I talked about before now. Why you made a career shift. Okay. And then what you have been doing, okay, you've been assisting the nurses in the hospital where you do this, you do that, you do that. Then after which you're able to take some online courses on this particular courses. Then these things now bringing your study to why you want to do nursing. Because like we said before, we're not discouraging you from going, but you must align your story to fit in very well. And then when you talk about your funding, please, your dad who owns this, or your family fund, or your family which comprise of your dad in the person of this, and your mom in the person of this, who has a joint business, or who has this, or who has that. This is what they earn, this is what they make annually, this is the staff strength they have, this is the investments they have. Let's have these stories aligned. If you're able to do some of these things perfectly well, and then why were you denied in the last part? Definitely that story with that question will come up. Why were you denied? So let them understand, okay, you're able to express yourself based on what you've been doing, and then able to like articulate your points very well, like find a way of reasoning these things, bringing them very coherent, so that they can align very well. For me, this might take home for you so that you can work best on doing what you want to do. And then finally, look for schools in civil engineering or whatever engineering you did, make applications, and I wish you the very best.
Right. Take home all of those things,
Okay,
and then
sir.
let's move on. All right. So remain in this call, and because we are moving to the. What are you saying? Wait, your network is. Just mute yourself and get a better network, and then you can. We are still in the program. You can still ask your question later. So we will be moving to the second phase of today's program, and this is the second phase to prepare. We call it check-in session. We want to have Q&A session. That's why some of I invited Prince and some other people who are studying in different universities here in the US, and some of our newly arrived. I don't know how many of them are here, but I think I can see Micah, I can see Chooks, I can see, okay, some of them are here. So I think what we will do is I will bring in Comfort, who is currently in university, Purdue University. She's doing her PhD there. So because one of the things we are doing here is to also guide. Now we have someone who is going for visa interview. Now most of you here have not gotten to this stage. So most of you are still at the application stage. And we know that during your application stage, this is the time you form yourself. This is the time you form the basis, the foundation. This is where you get the foundational this thing to go for your visa. So we want to bring in Comfort to tell us within a few minutes what's happening in Purdue. Are there funding? Are there application? Is there anything new there? Then after then we will I want to feature somebody today also. I want to feature Micah here. Micah is one of the students that came to my department directly. And I'm happy that he came to my department because he's the only Nigerian that came to my department. So I'm happy that I have a son. I have given birth to a son. So I want to feature him. He's one of the strongest candidates. And before he came to our department, he's one of the candidates that I really projected very well to my department. And my department gave him some, in fact, he made a lot of impact in his application. And then he was, for the first time, he was the first person to get internship from Nigeria in our department since the beginning of our department. So it's something that is remarkable for Nigerians. He has really, that achievement alone is something that we cannot take for granted. And he has opened ways for more Nigerians to come into our program. So I'm going to feature him later. Then other people, I will see. So we are here. So Comfort, tell us what is happening in Purdue.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Yeah,
Good afternoon from here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, well, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. For a few minutes, I'm only having like 10 minutes to 15 minutes. So yeah, I'm a doctoral student in Purdue University here. In mathematics education. My research interest is in mathematics teacher education, pre-service knowledge. Now, Purdue University, as you have known, that this platform is meant for students applying to different universities in United States, United Kingdom, and Canada, and any other country. But in US here, I'm a student here in Purdue University, West Lafayette campus. So Purdue University has different campus. We have West Lafayette campus, Fort Wayne, and Northwest campus. And there's also another one called Purdue Global Online. So you can take courses online to advance your career. And why do you have to choose Purdue? Purdue is located centrally and is the top 25 universities in US. So it's a very, very high-ranked university. If you are considering applying, please consider applying to Purdue. And also, one of the reasons I will tell you, you have to apply to Purdue is because living expenses are 10% lower than the average cost of living in US. So we have different different colleges in Purdue, like College of Agriculture. Sorry. We have like College of Agriculture, College of Health and Human Sciences, College of Education, College of Engineering, and like 12 colleges. So now you may be considering that what are your courses? So because some people have been reaching out to me that how can I apply to Purdue? And so one of the reasons also that you should consider Purdue University is because of funding opportunities. So you don't have to pay because you can get funding. Once you have your application materials like SOP, statement of purpose, your CV, your diversity statements, and some other application materials required by your course. So you can have funding in terms of grants like fellowships or assistantship, like teaching assistantship or research assistantship. And how can you apply for the university? So for example, you may want to search course like Masters in Civil Engineering, for example, at Purdue University. So once you go through the page, under it, you have, we usually have graduate coordinator or the like graduate representative. So you have to email the department to know their requirements. Presently, the application is still open for 2024, and the deadline to be considered for grants, to be considered for, okay, you can't get the name of my university, Purdue University. So presently, the application for 2024 is open, and the deadline for submission to be considered for funding is generally December 1st. So the December 1st, okay, someone said I should type my university name. Okay, thank you. Oh, thank you. So December 1st is the deadline for submission of application. So you still have time once you have but how we also employ you that you should reach out to the graduate coordinator of your course so that you will know the specific requirements. Though I try to also make some inquiry for some people because of the application fee. Yeah, thank you very much. I will still talk about that. application fee waiver. So, but once the information I got from the graduate school is that the application fee waiver, I think the first round, I don't know, because last year when I was applying, so because last year when I was applying, I attended the in-house seminar, like webinar for the prospective candidates, and the email you use to register for the program, you should be the one you use for the application. So once you use it, it's automatically waived once you attend the program. But this year, when I tried to reach out to them, asking about the application fee waiver, so maybe I will see, you can I will get a link here. So I was told that the individual prospective candidates have to reach out to their department so that they can give them some information about the application fee waiver and when the program will come up or any other program they have, because the person has to pass through the department before they can get the application fee waiver. So I think the process this year is different. So, and from there you can actually apply. But the major information I want to give out now is that on their site, a lot of informations are there on their graduate school, especially for graduate school. So once you want to apply, so the first thing is to go to your type in your course of study in the Google, like PhD in mathematics education or PhD in this and this. So it will bring out different options and you type Purdue. So once it brings out different option, just make sure you go to the point whereby you see graduate coordinator or any faculty member, you see that their research interests align with your own, so that you can ask more questions like the requirements, the application, because each courses has different application. The course that the application required for education might be different from what is required for, because some courses might require you to take GRE, where some courses doesn't require. So, and generally presently Purdue University, you don't have to, if you are from Nigeria, you don't have to submit IELTS or TOEFL. It is way for Nigeria. So that's general requirements as per graduate level. So you have to go to through your department to get the application fee waiver and to get the application materials to submit, and most importantly to get their opinion about funding is very, very important. So many, even some people are already giving out admission decision, because I had someone last year said he got admission around November, middle of November. So if we were able to submit with like the deadline December 1st, hopefully you should get the admission decision before this year runs out. Like I got mine like December 15th. So from there you cannot start the process. If they are not giving funding, you cannot start the process of applying to fundings or reach out to your faculty member, your department. Is very, very important, so that they would have known ahead that okay, a student is actually interested in this department, and you have to also prove yourself in your writing, like the statement of purpose and other essays required. So you have to draft it very well. And as we all know, in academics, plagiarism is they don't joke with it here. So you have to make sure you are original in your writing and make sure you check every errors and be up to standard, so that you can have chances. A lot of students are applying everything, so that you can have a lot of chances of getting funding. Funding is very, very important. So that's why we also employ you to just make sure you do the work very well before the deadline, so that you can meet up. And also, Purdue University is a rolling admission, like they have deadline, but they can still accept applications throughout the year, but it will not depend on funding. So in order to just meet up with the funding, there is deadline to that, but you can see submit application after that. So I think I can now, if anybody has a question.
Okay, so all right. So I want to feature other people, a lot of people, so that at the end of the day, we will now start, and so that we have people can now ask questions. What we have talked about Purdue, Prince talks about Texas State, NIU. We need to talk about NIU, our own school, and all of that. So when I just 5 minutes from all of these guys about what's happening in the department, what's happening in the school, overview, just overview. Then we move into the Q&A session where you will ask questions about your applications. Tell us the challenges you are passing through. Tell us, we want to do a needs assessment program on this event. So I don't know if Micah is still here. Micah, what is happening in public administration department? Is there anything you think we can know about public administration department at NIU? Is there anything new? Is there anything old? Are there the application exists as started and all of that? Just within 5 minutes, just say overview. Let's take in on another person.
Well, everybody can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm not saying it because I'm here. I'm not saying it because I want to hype NIU, but I feel NIU has the best MPA program in the country.
Yes.
Based
I want
on
to see your face, so thank you.
Okay, I'll put on the camera. You guys can see me now, right?
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay. So NIU has the best MPA program in the country. Because just like Stanley said a few minutes ago, I'm opportune to be like the very first international student that got an internship from the very first day. So I actually got an internship before I came to the US, and I can't underestimate the role that EduAfric played in the whole process, because at the point when I discovered that Stanley was in the department, I took keen interest and I asked him a whole lot of questions, and he was willing, like I'm sure he does for everybody who asks questions, he was willing to take out time. He reviewed my SOP, and for some reason I felt he knew that I was going to get the admission after reviewing everything. So I'm lucky to be under his tutelage even here, because he's like a senior colleague, because in the next coming month he will be done. But the MPA program is unique in the sense that the way our curriculum runs is we have courses for 8 weeks. So currently now I'm done with one course and I'm working on the other two that will end mid-December. What else? So the department is one of the unique departments because they try as much as possible to know what the student wants and also helps them out. I may not even be able to go into details, but okay, let me just give, it's more like they just try to make it convenient if there's need. So application is on, and I would encourage everybody, even if it's not public administration you're coming for, look at NIU. NIU has funding in most of the departments, and it's a school whereby the standard of living here is fair compared to what we have in other universities or states in the US. So look at NIU. We may not have application fee waivers, but if your application is solid and you're able to let go of that 60 or 65,000 naira, it's going to give you one foot in the door, because once you get it, you'll be able to navigate your way when you come here. So consider NIU. Stanley, what do you want me to pinpoint?
There is one more thing you have not told them, and that is that NIU gave us official, I mean, Department of Public Administration.
That was okay.
Gave us official car.
Yeah, so NIU gave us official car. So my internship site and Stanley's internship site is, let's say, 1 hour apart. So the department, that's why I said the department, they are taking care of us because they give us a car to take us from where we stay to our place of work.
And they are fueling the car.
And
so we drive the car around.
Yeah, and we can use it to make any runs for groceries.
I'm coming to NIU.
So
what's NIU? NIU pop admin.
Yeah. I don't know if any other department will do that.
Because I've not heard of any other department giving their students car to go for internship.
Yeah.
It is still MPA that is doing it for the first time. And we
For
are
the
the
very
first
first time.
beneficiaries.
Yeah. So it just makes life easy, because one of the excuses would have been that you guys are international students now. You don't have cars, so no need for you to do internship. You understand? But we have a very wonderful department chair, even assistant to the chair. They're amazing. And they just came up with that car solution, and we are reaping the benefits. And I'm sure that when other international students come, be it spring
continue
or
like
be
that.
it fall, it will continue like that, because God knows how he does his own things. So that's it. NIU is a wonderful school. It's daunting. You guys that want to come to the US, when you come, you will know that it's not child's play. Because even the previous speaker, I'm sure that she has deadlines or assignments. You come here and there are assignments every week. Like I and Stanley, we are talking, there's a particular course we are doing.
Yeah, it's normal. Yeah, you have to meet up with the deadlines here.
I'm
So
telling you.
that's why I used to tell them, I used to say it on the group that you have to make sure that you have real motivation in studying. Because I can
If
understand the
not,
person that wants to study nurse. If you have the motivation, it keeps you going, because you have,
yeah.
except you just say, let me just use this as an escape route, but you still have to pay the price. If not, you have to just you have to just opt out, because your funding too, you have to be very careful to meet up with the
Exactly.
points, at
Because
least
if you don't,
3.0 every semester.
let them know that if you ever go below 3.0, your funding will be taken off.
Yeah.
You don't even need to even look at the points. Just make sure you are aiming at getting A in all of your courses. So you that's just the goal. And the system here is very okay, because you are not meant to fail. So if you cannot meet up with deadline, we are all human beings. I'm teaching a course. If you cannot meet up with deadlines, you can hello, please, can you give me 2 days more?
Can you give me an
We all
extension?
understand that, oh, I need to take care of them, especially what the first speaker was saying about mental health. I just laughed at, wow, they don't joke with mental health here. So once you say, oh, I need to balance my mental health, you have to give you some time to meet up. Yeah.
I understand we were speaking, or we're talking about, there's a course we are doing together now. And the professor or the instructor is giving us 3 to 4 assignments every week.
Every week. As I'm talking to you guys, we have a deadline this night, and another deadline in the next 2 days.
In the next 2 days. So you just have to be careful, as in you would have to work with the time you're given, know why you're here, like what Comfort has said. A time will come whereby is that your SOP that will motivate you in terms, that's your passion that you said you want to do nursing or engineering. You will now have to put it into place. So I wish everybody the very best. I won't lie, this place is better than Nigeria.
Wow. All right. I like that.
The system, I like what you said. Like, the system is meant to respect the students and to give the students priority, and to make sure the students are doing well. That's their priority, not you standing there as like, I'm the chief owner of this course or anything. So you are there to impart to life and to make them to understand it and to pass.
Exactly. Yeah, you can even rate your professors.
So nobody's perfect. They are there to help you, to build you professionally, and any help. They are amazing people.
So Juice, is there anything happening in political science? Do you think we should apply to political science? Or how are you feeling political science?
Let me put off my camera.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Tell us what is happening in political science department at NIU.
Sorry, let me turn off I'm actually on service because I'm always occupied. So I have to attend service from my room. Yeah, my experience so far has been, let me say, intensive. It is, I just have to tell everyone that be careful what you pray for, because you pray very well. Are you ready for the responsibilities that come with those prayers, with the blessings? Yes. For me,
this man.
For me, it's been overwhelming. Like Micah now, I have not seen Micah for more than 1 week. I remember before school resumed, we were always together. I've not seen Stanley. I lived with Stanley for more than I think 2 months. And I've not seen Stanley for a very long while. Even yesterday, I was supposed to see him, but I had like 2 deadlines. Okay, yesterday I had 2 deadlines. Yesterday I had deadlines. Every week I have deadlines. And I've not been exposed to the kind of living I'm living now. And that explains even why some part of my body is already paining me. I have to go to the hospital. I'm running low on vitamin D because I am unable
Please
to like.
take care of yourself. Oh, your mental health, your health
Your
first.
mental is very, very important too. I
It's
beg.
very
Tell them.
important too.
I'm not saying this
I'm a
because if
mental
I'm
health
saying
first
this
in
thing
that,
now,
please.
I beg you.
listen, if I'm saying this thing now, I don't want to scare those guys coming. I'm not trying to scare you people because it is actually doable. It's very, very doable. Yeah. So, and whether I like it or not, immediately you come to this place, like what I'm doing now, if I want, I will apply for another course by next year. I can actually leave this political science. But before then, I need to actually prove myself that I'm because I'm not doing this because of myself. I'm doing it because of the country I'm coming from. I'm here representing not only myself, I'm representing Nigeria so that anybody that is coming behind me will have the opportunity. Maybe if I'm living there, I'll not live there on a very bad note. I'll just tell them that I needed a transfer from this department to another department. But obviously, the department is overwhelming. And during our orientation, they told us that not all of us will graduate, not because they don't want us to graduate. Some of us will actually give up along the way. It's actually meant to actually discourage you because sometimes you're studying political science, the job there, you are being groomed to become a professor. So you are expected to read very well. Like every week, I write up to let me not exaggerate. I summarize books every day. I have books that I will summarize every week. Every week, I summarize books, not one, not two, like three. All the 3 courses, I do summary on them. That does not stop me from actually doing my TA job. And I'm also working as a research assistant. I work under 2 professors. Yesterday, I had 2,000 tweets. I was supposed to actually code. I code 600. I got tired because I need to actually concentrate on my studies. I had to write to the lecturer, to the professor, that this is what I was able to actually accomplish. And he told me that whatever I accomplish, I should submit. And that was what I did. But sometimes I didn't, you need to actually show them that you don't take the opportunity for granted, even though it's hurting. So if you want to actually apply to my department, you're actually welcome. But the truth is that the person that Stanley connected me with before coming to this place, we later arrived here, he stopped picking my call. And I have seen someone who is saying you want to apply to my department. If you come to my department, you are welcome. But definitely don't say you know someone here. Because even me, I'm facing, it's not easy, to be honest. It's not even easy to people around here. And one thing is, in my department, people are very supportive. Even the lecturer knows that even my professor told me in the first day that this is a lot of work you are going to do. But then I'm actually learning one or two things. You look at how I am. I may be sitting here. If I get tired, I'll sleep. Maybe if I sleep like for 2 hours, in my dream, I'll remember that I'm supposed to actually be reading. I'll still wake up and come back and continue reading. Sometimes this reading doesn't even enter. But even if you are doing something, just put effort, then that is how universe will actually make. I don't know, but even though here you don't work with superstitions, but convince yourself, like work very hard and convince yourself that you have worked very, very hard. Even if you fail, let it be like you fail not because you didn't work very hard. You fail because you don't know, because sometimes you don't actually know. So, but I'm not discouraging you, but if you have an opportunity to apply to other different courses other than political science, like public administration, do that. Like the Stanley they're enjoying, I'm already applying to actually transfer into their department. As you can see, since you guys are talking since, I'm here facing 2 laptops. I'm facing 2 laptops. This is Koinonia because I couldn't go to church. I've not been to church for like 4 weeks now. That is 1 month. When I came here, I was actually mocking people that don't go to church. Look at another one here. I'm listening to Koinonia service. I'm actually doing my assignment. I'm still reading. So it's not easy here. So, but I'm not discouraging it. Here is better than Nigeria. Yeah. here is better than Nigeria. And if you are doing it, just know it's a responsibility. Just prove yourself. I'm not that intelligent person. I'm an average student, but I will not fail. I always complain. Maybe I will complain occasionally, but I will do what I'm supposed to do. I will not allow deadlines. I always meet up deadline, no matter what, no matter how hard. And let me tell you the fact: some of these students, if you come to this country, some of them are better than you. You're actually better than some of them. But intelligent people don't succeed in graduate school. The people that succeed in graduate school are responsible and disciplined people. Because if you can be intelligent, you are not responsible and disciplined, you will fail. But if you are not intelligent, you know you are not intelligent, and you're working on the weaknesses, and you are very, very disciplined, you will not fail.
You have a point there.
Yeah, so it's not about intelligent people. Do you see me speaking grammar? No. You can see I don't speak much grammar. I'm supposed to be speaking too much grammar, but I'm telling you the reality because let's not be like I'm discouraging you. No, I'm not discouraging you. But I'm trying to tell you, even if you apply to public administration, MPA, sometimes I live with Stanley. He doesn't sleep till 2 p.m. But their own is not that like all the time. Mine is every day I must be reading, doing one or two things, be reading, doing one or two things. But yes, no, if you come here, you're not coming to play. Like that is just it. And if you are coming here to hustle, there is nothing like you're hustling outside the campus. You are being watched. Like if you misbehave, you'll be sent back
Like
home.
that, oh, I like that, oh, no extra work, 20 hours per week. They are very strict about that.
Yeah, you're not coming here.
Not that we run Zam. No be Nigeria. Everything is being monitored.
No, you don't run anything here.
So, no, we go the people say they go rush them.
So if I want to be honest with me, before the land will start actually, like before I start benefiting it much, till when I finish my PhD level in post science. So and that is one of the reasons, not because of the because of the reading here. It's because I want to actually maybe MPA now. MPA has like MPA in NIU is one of the best MPA in the whole US. Yeah, in the whole US, like 96% of their graduates get employment immediately after their graduation.
98%, not 96,
So
98%.
that's one of the things I'm actually looking. Not that if I go to public administration, I'll be the best student because I know how to read. No, not really. I'm going there because see here, I'm the let me not bring private life. I'm the first child. If I know if I continue reading here, continue reading for 25 years, they will get discouraged back home. You understand? I know how you people in Nigeria think and behave. You people think that going abroad means actually making money. I have not picked money. I have not even seen dollar anywhere. You understand? But I'm not hungry. Yeah, I'm not hungry. But whether I like it or not, with all students here, we are among the poorest because 20 hours, they pay you for that 20 hours. And if you see someone being paid higher, maybe you see somebody receiving, let me say, somebody receiving 30,000 funding. Maybe the person is living in a rural area. You see somebody paying $100,000 funding. Let me tell you, the person's monthly rent can be $5,000. So don't be overexcited. And that is why you have to be strategic. Ask people and listen to them when they are telling you that this thing will favor you, this thing will not favor you. A lot of people will just fake, like in Edu Africa now. All of us bloom under Edu Africa. We have been informed that, hey, this thing is not for, this thing we are doing here is not for you to actually use it to make money. No, you are here to actually they are training you to actually train others. So there is a mindset being instilled in us that we're actually being trained to train others. And in training others, we have to be honest with you because in all these things we are facing here, that is why I'm not complaining, I'm not disturbing because I prayed for it. So even you that is actually wanting to apply to political science department, you are welcome. But when you come, let me tell you, the person he connected me with in political science, an Igbo person, an Igbo man. They immediately noticed I was in the UK because I was in the US because he was warning me. Chooks, if you come here, you will read very well. He stopped picking my call. Till date, I've not seen the man because the man was supposed to do PhD and he took his masters and left the department. Two persons left my department. But then it's doable. I've seen people doing it. You understand? It's very, very good. I'm telling you this because see, look at my hair. I don't look like I care about my hair. most of them laughing like this now. They are waiting for me to have time so that I can.
Yes,
This
from
one,
Jukes,
this
please,
one,
please put me in
this
your this thing, Miko Jukes.
So
My hair. I've not
I've
barbed my hair for 1 month.
said a lot of things, but then the truth is, the key point is that here is better than Nigeria. Yeah, it's better than Nigeria in terms of opportunities. But if you come here, you will not be living that big boy life. You will not be throwing money around. You will not be flexing around.
You
Like,
should not be deceived by pictures online.
don't be deceived by the pictures online. The weather is not that friendly. You understand? The Nigerian weather is much, much better. So, yeah, but if you come here, at least immediately you enter the US, your family has a millionaire already. As far as you have funding. You understand? Like a little, maybe health, you can maybe contributing like 50-50K to your family every month. Maybe after your first 5 months in the US, it's possible. So just do it because of the destinies attached to you, not because of you are coming here to enjoy. You are not coming here to enjoy, to be honest with you. But if
yeah.
you come here,
So
you pass through the process, you will enjoy at the long run. So thank you for the
yeah,
opportunity.
truly, 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 truly. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. You know, like I always tell you guys, here in Edu Africa, we don't sugarcoat things. You know, a lot of people in the US or in other countries, they try to sugarcoat things for people back home, and then so that most of them do it probably to gather traffic on their social media platform. That is not what we are here for. What we are here is to give you the reality, tell you the reality. It's not that we are trying to this, but we are telling you that. And that's why in Edu Africa, we are one of the non-profit, or we're one of the people, one of the educational resources providing body that do not uh, uh, seek for crowd, but we seek for minded, as in people that are focused. That is why if you look at the set of people that came to like NIU and all of this through Edu Africa, they are all very, very strong. So we have a structure, just like before you join our WhatsApp group chat, you will write a statement of purpose. We will review it. If it is okay, we will, if it is, I once entered into that place and I saw that a lot of people, because I'm not the one that is evaluating those essays. There is someone we have that we have nominated that is evaluating those essays people write to join our group chat. But there was a day I had time to look at the people because what he does is he will read it and recommend like few, 3, 4, 5 persons out of maybe after reading like 15, he will recommend like 4 or 5. I don't care. Once he recommends, I will just send to the admin. Admin, add these 5 persons. These ones are the people that have passed the test. We are not looking for crowd. We are looking for people that will come here and focus. And another thing I want to tell you guys is that we have gotten to a certain stage in NIU and in most of the programs we are doing here that we represent our country, Nigeria. And we are enjoying some privileges here that, for instance, in my department, there are some privileges that I'm enjoying there. One of the privileges is recommendation. You know, I can say this student is good. I know what all the politics I played or all the things I did during the time some of them were coming. So it is a privilege they have given. Sometimes a professor will ask you, "Hi, Stanley, do you know this person? He's from Nigeria. Do you know him? How?" If I don't know you, if I have not been seeing you in Edu Africa, if I have not been seeing, if I have not known, I cannot vouch for you because if I tell him, yes, I do, and then you come here and you disappoint, it will tell on my personality. Just like Micah who has come, he has, in fact, the way he is going, my prayer is for him, the way he's going, he might even achieve more than me. So, and that is what I want. So that, and then, and I've also told him that as we have come, I want you to make the road clearer for the other people that are coming. That is what we are here for. We are here to help others come, not to close the road for others. Because if we perform poorly, it will tell on, it will say, oh, Nigerians are not serious, they're not doing well. it might interest you to know that our department have not been taking international students, and they have not been taking Nigerians. So we that are here now, we are trying to tell them a different story about Nigeria. And that is why in Edu Africa, we are mentoring you guys to come in your different schools and represent our country, and not to come. We are not mentoring people that will come here and japa. There are some people that will come here, they will leave the school and go and start doing under the table job or start looking for money. If you come down and do your school and finish here, money will be chasing you. I'm not trying to sugarcoat things, but I'm telling you the reality. If you come here and focus on what you have come here to do, money will be chasing you after your school. Things will be easy. So let's enter into the Q&A question and answer session. I want to hear from the participants. If you have any question, if you have any issue in your application, because currently Edu Africa, there are some things we are working out to see how we can help. We've had a lot of, from the 6 weeks program we had a lot of requests. We did a need assessment and we discovered what people want and we worked towards it. We are working with some donors and all of these things. So we want to use this opportunity to know what you're passing through in your exams, in your applications, because this is the period of application. By December now, or January, a lot of schools will close down their sites. So what are your deadlines? What are the challenges? What have you done and what have you not done? Can I get some questions from the audience at this point? Buka, you can ask your question. If you want to ask question, just raise up your hand. I will call you on.
Okay, good evening, sir, and good evening, everybody from Nigeria here. My name is Chukwu Buka. Okay, sorry, let me on my light because actually we don't have lights here in Nigeria. Thank you.
We cannot relate. We can't relate. We cannot relate.
First and foremost, let me thank Mr. Stan actually for all this period from the time of that should be last year. I told him that this year is going to be local, and I believe strongly that it's going to be local for me. So secondly, actually, I have actually started so many applications. So far, I have submitted like 5. So my challenge is everybody know that this year, which is application fee, because of the current exchange rate. I'm paying about 1,000 plus for this for per dollar. Actually, another thing I was actually having is, although I have written to some of them, the graduate schools, they are coordinators, which has to do with like one I was applying George Mason University, where they did the option for GMAT. So I elected that in my dream application list. So on submitting the list and after the payment, my GMAT was still reflecting red, which I wrote to the coordinator, and he gave me a response letter that said they're working on it to see the DC. But one of the schools I also applied, that should be South Carolina University. They said, this thing is optional. So when I did my application, although it was a free application, when I did my application, I contacted my referees, everything has been done. So only for them to reject my application for test waiver. I have to, after 2 weeks, still forward the thing again. They rejected it, and I'm still trying to see forward again to them. I don't know the problem because what this is, they said I should upload my CV and that should be my transcript, which I did. So they rejected my application for GMAT waiver, which I don't know how to go about it. I'm looking at making it is up to 10. But the major thing is application fee is not easy. So I know what Edu Africa can do. Even though nobody should any other person in mind. We keep working to ensure that individuals will be able to make the list. So I want to sincerely thank Mr. Stam, thank Mr. Goodness, and every other person because I've been disturbing every one of them. And for people we are going to disturb more, I say thank you in advance. Thank you, sir.
All right, so what I will advise you, most of the schools are insisting on that GMAT G10, GRE 10. In your application to them, did you tell them some other qualifications. Like for instance, if you have like other research skills, or you have like project management skills, or some other research skills, you can write it in that you have this. You can even submit a research, a kind of analysis you've done with some tools. You can tell them that you can make use of some of these tools, because why they are asking for that GR is about knowing if you can handle some of these tools, because there are some tools we use here for research. So have you been able to probably tell them that it's not just to say, waive it for me. You should have a reason to tell them to waive it for you. Because if you keep on telling them waive it without telling them why they should waive it, they will not waive it. Yeah. That is
okay. Most of the times, okay.
Yeah,
Depending
go
on
ahead.
depending on the like what the requirements for the GMAT waiver. Some of them we say a high CDP of 3 point above 3.3, and after my calculation for my own, which is in 5 point scale, I am above that 3.3, and I have some publications which I know should be able to scale me through, and my knowledge of some analytical tools with them, because the checklist in that school was much. I have to struggle to do that thing, and even contacting my referees. So I will still fire them again actually to see what the issue is.
In your next firing, try to bring out some things, that some convincing reason, like telling them some skills, some tools you can handle. Here, the school we are doing here is not a school where people copy and paste. It's a school where you use tools to do research. Yeah. Okay, I think Prince wanted to add something to this.
Talking about the applications you made and then the GRE and all of that. So one good thing you can do is always try to cite the point where they made that statement, okay? Because most times they generalize some of these things for all African countries. So you can write them, okay, oh, please, while going through the application material or requirements, I got to know that if I have this particular CGPA, I'm not supposed to like what about GMAT or something. So like make that reference, like what you do, just if you can screenshot it and attach it to the data, because most of the people working in replying your email might just be office assistants in the graduate school, okay, that might not really have in-depth knowledge about the requirement of the course you're applying to. So make a section of it like screenshot, okay, please, with reference to this, maybe even if it's English test, they say you must submit. Like one, I did what I told them, okay, please, so based on the fact that I've had my first degree and second degree in an English speaking institution, please, I'm of the opinion that I'm not supposed to submit English test. So why bounce on my application? Okay, so and I screenshotted that part and sent to them. Immediately they waived it. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry about that. I'll look into it, and then they waived it. And then two, about application fees, like there's one three some person's fees that is still working for them. Most times, if you want to look for application fee, if the school themselves say they don't have, you can reach out to some professors in the department you want to apply to. Firstly, if you have written to them before, okay, please, I'm interested in your lab or something, you can tell them, oh, please, so I'm having a difficulty in the school at this point, say they don't have any application fee waiver, but I was just wondering if you could help me offset my application fee. Most of them pay application fee for students. I've seen like about 3 or 4 professors that paid application fee for students, even though they were not taking this. The department didn't make it a law that you must have a lab before they take you. But these professors also help the students to clear up the application fee. They can do it. It's a chicken money for them. But it depends on how your email comes to them and the time your email comes to them. Okay, so that's very important. Then on a general note, something I wanted to say before we were talking about different schools and everything. When I was coming to the United States, I told myself, because I already had people talking about extending deadline, writing emails for, I told myself, I will never write to any professor to extend the deadline for me for any submission. Until date, I've never written anybody. Not because I'm very intelligent or something, but what do? I already have my schedule. I have because once the week starts, you already know how your assignment is going to be. You already know that once the semester starts, you already know how many assignments you're going to have every week. From your syllabus, you know that. So what you need to do, plan yourself. Like I make sure if my assignment has 3 days deadline, I make sure I submit before like 2 days before the deadline, because this keeps your record. But you might think they're noticing it, they're taking record of it. So any day you have any reason for not submitting on time, they will know, oh, this person has always met up with deadlines. So you cannot write that, oh, please, I'm sorry, I couldn't meet up with the deadline, see what happens. No, no, there's no problem, that's fine. So in terms of that, it's a decision you can take by yourself and then work towards that. So about application fees, like I said before, You can write to some of them, they will respond to you. And then if it's about issues about submitting something that has to do with a recommendation letter, has to do with GRE, English test, if the requirement says that you are exempted, screenshot that part, like circle it, attach it to the email, write to them, mention it, because they like facts and figures.
Yeah.
Not coming to tell them I want to do this. They don't like want, they like facts. So
Yeah.
if you are sure that this is exempted for you, then put it out there. Then if your conversion rate, I don't know how you did the conversion, if you did automatic conversion or you just did manual calculation. Most of what I'm supposed to do is just to go online, type CGPA 5.0 to 4.0 converter. It will give you the right conversion you need, and that will give you, okay, you say, okay, you may be setting fine, okay, with my CGPA of 3 point this, not I have 3 point this, I have 3.5, I have 3.4. So I'm not expected to submit a GRE based on the requirements of departments, and then attached to this email is an exception of this from the requirement. So they will look at it, and then if there's need for that, they will waive it for you, and then you don't have to bother yourself about it. You don't need to start writing long emails about those kind of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, you have a very germane point when you said you should cite for them and tell them. Most of them, I'm telling you out of my experience, practical experience of what happened 2 weeks ago. I was discussing with a program coordinator of international students here at NIU, because I'm one of the ambassadors of international students. So I was at our office here, and we were saying something about applications and qualifications to apply in NIU. He talked about TOEFL. I told him that day that Nigerians and Ghanaians are not required to submit TOEFL or IELTS exam. Result. He said, no, that all international students I said, no. I now took him to the website, NIU website, took him to the page, because he told me, oh, he now saw it. It was written there, the countries that do not require IELTS. Nigeria was there, Ghana was there. When he saw it, he said, wow, this is the first time since he started working in this office that he's getting this information. So you see, this person could be somebody that will be responding to people's email, and he will tell you, you must submit this. And automatically, because he is not informed that this is not a requirement for you to be admitted, because they believe. The other day, 2 days ago, at my office, I was discussing with one of my colleagues, one of the staff in the office. He said, wow, you can speak well, because we communicate. He said, we can speak well. I don't know that Nigerians can speak well. I thought that Nigerians doesn't speak English. So you can imagine how these people think, what they are taking us for. I told her that Nigerians is that English is one of the common languages, common language of communication. In fact, it is our official language of communication, both at our high school and at our undergrad. That's from my childhood. I learned English. So she said, yeah, you speak fluently. This is the first time she's seen a Nigerian speaking English fluently. So these are the things. Some of them do not have this information. Some of them, it's a matter of misinformation. So if you're able to do this, I think you will scale through. Okay, Olubumi Samuel.
Good evening,
Yeah,
everybody. Please, can you hear me?
we can hear you.
Okay, my name is Samuel Olugumi, and so far I've applied to about 15 schools.
Wow.
I try as much as possible to look for schools that have free application, because there's no money. So I have to look for schools that are free. So
Bros, I beg,
far,
which course?
Physics.
Oh, it's a nice course. It's a STEM course. Hopefully you get funding.
Yeah, so the only issue that I'm having left is the recommendation part. Like there are some that my recommenders they have uploaded all the required recommendation, and there are some that I'm having like 2 recommenders, remaining 1. And so It seems like maybe I'm calling them too much. I don't know what to do in that part, honestly.
Okay, so regarding recommendation, what you do is the recommendation is sent to them by email.
Yes, send to them by email.
Okay, what you will do is go back to your application. There is a place they say send reminder in your application. Just
Okay.
click that send reminder. It will pop up again because some of these people, when emails come, they don't always read their email. So it could be that the email has come and another email, it will now push your own down. So
Okay.
go back, click send reminder. It is exactly the same thing that was sent before that will still be sent again.
Send,
So
okay.
they will get your email will come up. After some days, 3, 4, 5 days, 6 days, you didn't receive again. Go back again, do send reminder. You can send as many reminders as possible until they get your email. However, you can actually send them direct message or find a way to get in how you communicate with them. I once had such challenges, and these were the things I did until one day I got a mail. So person has sent a request for a recommendation request for you. Thank you for. We'll get back to something like that. So send a reminder. Send them. Keep on bombarding them because these people, some of these professors or lecturers, they are always busy, and most of them don't open their. It is we that knows what mail is all about. Most of us that are here knows the relevance of, because the major communication here in the US is email. So, but in back home in our country, in the Ghana, in other African countries, it is something else. All right. So, I think
Stanley,
Can I add
yeah,
Stanley,
something?
something else
yeah,
I wanted to say, very important.
yeah,
I didn't get. Is it Olubumi? Samuel.
yeah, Olubumi, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and the fellow young people here, I wanted just to put it very clear that you should never feel ashamed or timid or even feeling that you're bombarding someone too much on your future. This is your future at stake, man.
Yes.
Send, if it is 20 emails, send them. You get my point? Send as many
Yeah.
as possible so that they feel the pinch of sitting down or giving you a clear answer. This is your timeline. Remember, you have a deadline. You have a lot of things to do equally. So these, if they have agreed to be your mentors, to be your referrals, let them do what they have promised. So you have to follow up. If he says check on me on Tuesday, do exactly on Tuesday at the time when he promised. If it is a call, whether it is an international call them direct. Use all methods because this is your timeline. This is your future. You get my point. If it is,
Yeah.
Yes.
they are busy. They are busy. So be as aggressive as if something is chasing you. Actually, yes, something is chasing you. Actually, so
Of course.
do yes. So push with passion for your own future. Do not even feel like I'm over pushing. No, no, no. This is your future. Come on. So push as much as you can until when you get that document. Remind them, disturb them because that is their role to be disturbed, and your role is to disturb them. Please do that. This is your
Okay.
future
Thank
at
you so
stake.
much.
Yeah.
Just little thing to what they've already said about recommendation, because I got to understand that most persons feel overwhelmed when they like get too many recommendation emails from students, like especially when this person has been applying to schools before now. Like every year you apply to schools, you've been sending them recommendation, and then every year you're still coming back to them and nothing is happening. So one thing I want to say is this: please, for everyone that is requesting recommendation letter from anybody, please make sure you know the content of what they are sending out for you. It's very important because most persons we have down there in Africa don't know how to send recommendation emails for graduate program that will give you a standout in graduate program application in the United States. So it's not really about sending out emails. It's about knowing how is my email being treated? Because you can just get email as, oh, this person have responded to your email, and then the person just sent, oh, thank you, I know him, please give me admission. And that can never give you admission in the United States. So another thing I want to say is this: what is your relationship with your recommender, with your referee? This is where most of us get it wrong. When we finish from university, we just I can nothing could take me back to school again. I'm not going back to school again, and all of that. And then all of a sudden, you find yourself in a position where you need recommendation letters, and then you are not coming back to meet them. Someone you've left for a very long time, and then you just, okay, please, I want you to be my recommender. The person will say, okay, thank you, I'll be your recommender. And then the person takes up that role, and then the person doesn't know you, doesn't have that connection with you. And then the person keep getting emails and everything. The person will, I will respond, because there's no relationship, because there's no connection. The person will keep forgetting. So one thing you can do, I also did it during my time. Even if when I came in here, all my recommenders, I sent them about 150,000 naira each. All my recommenders, like I did that. Like when I did, all of them were like, oh, I've got the motivation to do more for other people. Why? Because most persons in Africa, must say the truth, when they write recommendation for you, when the people move out, they forget them. They don't even remember who recommendation for them. Like they forget entirely. And when you do that,
Exactly. And it's not good.
you are blocking the road for other people coming up behind you, and then they won't be able to get that favor. So even while in Nigeria, most of them too don't have access to internet. Most of your professors you are sending email to, their salary don't reach them to buy data. Make I tell you the gospel truth. So if it means you sending out data to them 1 gig to say, okay, sir, I just sending 1 gig to you, please. I just use it, like maybe I know you've been getting different emails from on my behalf for recommendation. Please just help me handle them. That's, we also send some signal to them. Oh, this person is also putting an effort for me to do this thing while he's expecting more. The other thing is this: if you're having more than 5 schools to apply to, maybe like 6, 7 schools, please don't use the same set of recommenders. Alternate them, because like as I'm talking to you now, I have different emails on my phone, like from people looking for review of SOP, this one, that one, and I have a lot to do, and I'm able to be able to attend to some of them. I have someone some me when they were like, don't you reply to WhatsApp message? I say I reply to them, but it's when I have time. Okay, now the person getting like 15 recommendation letters from you, one particular person. The person might also have different, but let's say maybe if your connection is so strong. Like I had one, he told me, Ozioma, immediately I see the email. Like if I apply by 2 a.m., this man responds by 2:30. Like he said, unless I didn't see the email, that's because we had a strong connection with the person. So if you don't have that strong connection, I would suggest if you use the person 1, 2, 3, 4 times, alternate, use other people. Then when they tell you you must be professor, if it's 3 and you get 2 professors, get 1 doctor and submit, get 1 mister and compliment. One person can write a strong recommendation for you. It will pull you through. So another thing you can also do, once in a while, send them, even if it's 200 recharge card. It motivates. I know how it is in Nigeria. I have professors there, like people collecting
We were there before.
300,000 and then
We were
they
there
buy
before
fuel.
now.
So in fact, I was once a lecturer, and I'm still a lecturer. I didn't resign my job. My job is still there, but I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
going back or not. So, but what I'm saying is this: motivate them, because they still need motivation. Okay, even though like, yeah, they might not need it, they might not ask for it. You can also motivate people, send a recommendation for you, and then reach out to them on phone on a cool manner. Like if it means visiting them at home, if you can visit, just visit. Don't mention about your recommendation. Just go and visit. Don't mention recommendation. Like don't say I came from my, no. Just visit. Like I just came to see you. I just came to greet you. The person will know that maybe when you're leaving the office, you send your recommendation. Go and send a reminder in your application this package. I mean, even the office, send a reminder. The reminder will land there. There, you already visited the person. Then your reminder will remind the person is supposed to write a recommendation letter for you. So, thank you guys.
Okay, gift Obinna. I have a question.
One cow problem.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I just joined the forum this month, like earlier this month. So I don't really understand what's going on. I've not really started any applications yet. The few I've
Wahala.
yeah, the few I've been trying, the application fees can't be waived and I can't afford it. Like I don't even know how to get started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
we
don't know.
understand. We understand. It's always overwhelming, this application fee thing. It's one of the challenges we are facing here. At Edu Africa, I tell you most solemnly, if you come to my DM, if you can see the kind of requests from Edu Africa followers asking me to pay their application fee, I beg go. Me na stipend that they collect too. Na stipend that they collect. The same money what as they collect and they collect. It's just for living expenses. However, I know that on one or two occasions I have tried to help one or two persons pay it, but I cannot pay for everybody. And that is why at Edu Afrique, we are seriously working with some donors to see how we can alleviate this challenge most of you are passing through. Well, we are hopeful, praying to God that some of our donors, because this is a non-profit and we have some donors we are connecting with, telling them some of the challenges that we have noticed that you guys are passing through. And we hope it is when they give that we will give. But for us here, we can't continue to give. Our house rent is not easy here. Paying house rent, paying all of these things. I know but as much as it is, and you all know, we also have our own families down there. It's not easy, you know. We have our family problems here and there that we are still trying to solve from the little we are making here. So it's a whole lot of challenge. That's why if you come to my Facebook, I no longer go to Facebook because the kind of request there is like from here to Lagos, Nigeria. So, but the only thing we do is we try to identify the most poorest, and we have a way of doing that. And we try to, from out of pocket, do something. Sometime in May, I had an issue of one of these guys, Victor. He was stuck. He has gotten his visa, but could not pay his flight. We rallied around. He couldn't until even he has like 5 days to his program start date. So we were able, but I just have to cough out something from my personal pocket to help him. So, but we can only do this. We cannot do more of this. So, but in any case, let's just hope that something comes up. If something comes up, I will let you guys. We will keep updating you guys on that. However, look for some schools that do not. There are some schools, but there are very few schools. Not all. There are very few schools because this application fee waiver. This application fee is something that they use to uh, take how serious you are. Number one, then reduce the number of applicants. Most times when you pay this application fee, you are to an extent guaranteed or something. If you have a strong application. If
Like
you have a
little thing
strong
about
application.
this application fee stand, I would say is this I always advise people, it's application fee is big, it's expensive, and it's not something you want to lose. Okay, so you don't want to submit application fee like you see schools like Rice University, see schools like Baylor College of Medicine, schools like Pennsylvania, even though they've waived application fee now for all of them. All these schools, these three schools I mentioned now with application fee for their graduate schools. Okay, so but one thing is this: you're paying application fee, and then you are sending out a substandard application. Like how?
Yeah.
Just like this our brother that is going for interview now. Like he paid a visa fee. But with the profile, he's not contesting until he works on it. So, like I tell people, if you must pay application fee, it is good you pay. But make sure that you scrutinize your application package that many even you, if you are the graduate committee, that I will look at this thing and say, this guy must come in. I'll give you one instance. When I wrote to a professor when I was coming here, she didn't respond to me until after application period was closed. She now responded to me and said, "Oh, Prince, I would love to work with you. So what will happen? I will write the program coordinator to know if they can still allow you to apply. I want to work with you." He made that statement like two times. That was because if you see the kind of email I wrote to her, like with my experiences, you can't reject it. Like even if you attempted, you won't want to do that. Then he like someone was like telling me like they barely see this happen that they will allow you to apply even when application was already closed, to the point that they waive application fee for me for the same program, something they didn't waive for other students. So you must make sure that you have a strong package contest without your application fee. Even when if this the same thing goes to even the schools that said no application fee, because when it is no, millions will apply when it is no application fee. That means you must also be strong, content with that same part of no application fee. So I would suggest that before you send out your application, it's not about applying to 100 schools. Okay. Talking to you, I came into Texas Tech. I applied to only Texas Tech and Texas A&M. And Texas Tech, I applied to 3 programs here, and the 3 of them gave me admission. 2 gave me full funded. 1 gave me MSc. I don't know what was the problem. So what am I saying in essence? You can apply to one school and still as in hit your rock, hit your as in it's also hit your sports. But you need to make a strong and formidable application. And the next you need to do, please check the acceptance rate of the school you're applying to. Don't go apply application fee to Rice University when the acceptance rate is 6% or 8%. Who are you? Like who are you? Do you know how many persons apply to that same school?
Yeah.
Like this, let's know ourselves. We know the background we're coming from. We know the experience we already had. Okay. I came in here, the programs I want to learn, the techniques I want to learn, people on undergraduate already using it. I'm going for a PhD. I'm learning from them. Undergraduate, I'm working with them in the lab to learn from them. So then what are you going to put in your SOP when such person puts SOP 2 for PhD? How? So
Yeah.
look out for schools that application that acceptance rate is high. Like I mentioned before, Kent State University has a very high acceptance rate, like 88%. That means for 100 people that apply, they take 88. That's what it means. But when you have like 6%, that means for 100 people, they take only 6. That means weigh your chances. So you don't go
That
and
is.
waste application fee where you're supposed to use it for something else. So, and then another thing that can come, maybe Stan can go with some guys already here. If there's something we can do for you guys, the only thing I would suggest, I'm not suggesting something free, maybe we can give you guys a rate that is lower than what's like kind of we can come to a rate. Okay, it's okay. We'll give you for 100, like everybody in Edo Africa that's already here can say, okay, let's spend $100 for all the students. That $100 will give them at the rate of, let me say, 500,000, 500 naira per dollar or 600 per dollar. We can decide that, we can decide to do that. Like, okay, we're not giving you free, but we're cutting like half of what you're supposed to pay based on the rate we'll give you. But it will be an agreement between like not what me I'm deciding. Okay, so what the Edu Africa themselves will like, let's talk to people and say if they can buy to it, let's cut down rate for some of our guys. But before we cut down rate for you, we must see that your application is standard to meet because we don't want to waste that rate on
Yes.
you for nothing.
Yes.
So
That takes me to yes. That takes me to some of the
Thank you
discussions
in
we are having.
advance.
Yeah, that takes me to some of the discussions we are having on the background. We are looking for a way to see how we can alleviate some of these things, some of these challenges, and but then we can't just pay your application fee when we see because when we like I always tell you guys, when I see somebody that will be admitted, I will know. When I see somebody that will not be admitted, I will know based on experience. When I see somebody that will get his visa, I will know. When I see somebody that will not get his, I will not that I'm a prophet, but it's a reality. So that's why this program, one of the reasons for this program is for us to do some of these things and know the university. What university did you apply to give to Obinna?
Okay, I've been applying to UK universities. I've not really applied to any United States university.
Okay, so no problem. What we are going to do is we will do what I call needs assessment program. Find out uh, after now. Well, I will still roll out things about that. I don't want to say a lot of things here now, but we have a lot of plans. We have a lot of plans in place to see how we can get the data of those who have submitted real application that will fly. So any application that will fly, we can possibly do some of these things that Emmanuel said, and then we can also talk to some of our donors on that and see what they can do for you guys through us. So we are seriously hoping that something can come up that we can probably do something. But for now, we have not gotten to that. We still something we are doing underground. All right, so Elum, your hand has been up. Elum Lee. Elum Lee, can you unmute and speak?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my name is Elom, and I think I'm the only Ghana Jollof here.
Oh.
Yeah, this is my first time. This is my first time on this platform, and I must say, I've been privy to so many like new stuff. Initially, my only interest was how I can gain admission, like how to even get the schools to apply to. So I've been going on, I've been reading about some schools, but my only problem is how to apply. And my only suggestion is like someone should just take me through on how to apply for those universities, because you go online and you see a whole lot, and like um applying is my only problem is the application. Yes. So I think
Okay.
that's the only problem.
Hello, Lee. How to apply is
Yes.
not a problem.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
It's not a problem at all. If you go to any university site, just go
Yes.
straight to the admissions. If you go to the
Okay.
admission, it's always on the top of the university thing like this. Just go to the
Yeah.
admissions, just go there, click on the admission. You can go down, you can just scroll down. This is undergraduate. This is they're always having maybe apply somewhere, but if you don't see it, then go to the program. Let me go to the program. You can go here and search graduate, just click graduate programs. There's
Okay.
always a search button on their site, by the side like this one, say graduate programs. Or you can type
Okay.
the direct program you want, graduate programs. If you like, NIS own is very, very easy. So if you just click it, it will open their this thing. So you just click on it, then
Yeah.
go down, see the graduate programs they have, see all of the programs they have. If you click one
Yeah.
of them, it will show you the requirements of that program. Once it shows you the requirement of that program, the only thing you need to do is you go to the to apply session. Now let
Okay.
me now this place is applied to NIU. You can go to down, you will also see some. In fact, it's just all about you taking yourself around the site,
Okay.
taking yourself around the site of the university, and then you will land yourself to where you will see the link for you to just create uh, what do you call it? Create profile with your email and your password. You create a
Okay.
profile with email and password, then you start your application. So
Okay.
it's not, and the application is just when you enter the this thing, the application is very, very easy. You just put your name, your country, they'll be asking you questions. Some of you always come to my DM to ask me some questions, and I try to provide answers to it. Some people will screenshot and send to me. So at that point, if you're having any issue, you can always contact me. Like now, look at their graduate programs. Look at, they have masters, special, all of this. You can click masters if you want to apply to masters. Now, if
Okay.
it is, for instance, our department, I will always talk about our department, public administration. You see our department, this thing, you go down, you see all of the things, their requirements and all of that. So the only thing you need to do is you can just read through, go through the everything about it. Because I always tell people, before you apply, read through the requirements of that program. Read through the requirements to see if you are qualified. You don't just see something and start applying. So we can do some of these things offline. You can always if you are in Edu Africa, if you're in Edu Africa group chat and you are applying, a lot of people that apply during the application, they always ask questions, and people are there to respond to your questions. So you can always send questions if you have any issue. If you having any issue selecting something that they gave you, you can screenshot it and send to us. We read it and we provide answer to it. That's why that WhatsApp group chat is there. I'm happy that a lot of people now respond to issues. All right.
I'm actually not in that group, so I would like. I would
Okay, you are not
appreciate.
in the group. You have to find a way to enter the group. You get the link. I don't know if anybody has the link. That's our Google link. And post it there. I don't have time to go but just find a way to reach out to me so that I will send you the link. If someone doesn't post it but someone should just go. Someone in the group in our WhatsApp group chat should go to the description of the group and post our WhatsApp group link where people can click and join and see what to do before they join. So, okay, so Doc, you have a question. So let's just take just 3 questions and then we call it a day.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you, Mr. Stanley. All right. My question is not like a question, but it's just like the problem we are facing. Especially, I want to speak about myself and my fellow applicants down from Nigeria here. I'm using my country because this is where I know as a case study we have a very big issues in terms of application fees and GRE application fees. You know, most of the times, most of these schools, like your colleague, the last speaker said that maybe giving us a subsidiary rate of how the
Your volume has gone down again.
Okay, sorry. I said like
Talk, please show your face. Talk, show your face.
Sorry, my face is
Your
rest.
face is dark. Your face no show.
So please, like I was saying, please, I would just want to ask because someone like me, I've applied to. I can't count the number of schools I've applied to, and what is my applications are standard. Many people have reviewed my SOP, and in fact, most of them are saying if you don't get this one, forget about it, because once they review it, they help me and edit it and still make corrections on it. But then the challenge we're having here, the challenge I'm having mostly is one, the application fee. Two, you have to still pay for GRE, and three, you still have to pay for transcript evaluation. So we Africans, especially we Nigerians, most of these schools require all these processes you have to pass through. So imagine me now submitting application, completing an application with $200, at least a minimum of $200. I know that Edu Africa is trying to subsidize this rate, you know. But I was thinking if there is any way Edo Africa will collaborate with other agencies to actually help Africans, and most of our brothers there in the school should also be helping us to actually speak to all these schools. Like Stanley, I know one time you mentioned to us that you have tried to convince your schools of trying to waive all this one of these obstacles that we have to embark on. So can we just in any way try and help us collaborate with any other African agencies or European agencies to actually waive all these things for us? Because to me, you are carrying a lot of burdens. You can't pay for every other person's. Do you understand? If they can waive, and like your last speaker said that even if that most of these schools that waive these things are not just serious, but those of them that actually ask for this money are just the money is just for them to limit the number of people the number of applicants. So I don't know how you are going to get this fund, but I was thinking if you can collaborate with other agencies to actually help out and help us, because I know that if by virtue of all the schools I applied for, they just want to leave it with their church mind, they are giving me admission. Everybody's giving me admission, but because I don't have this application, okay, for example, one of my supervisors, the supervisor I chose during my application, contacted me the other day. He said he had reviewed my application, what I submitted to him. I contacted him and he had reviewed, and my study plan is aligned with what he had, but he have not let me quote him. He said, "As I'm speaking to you now, I have not received your application." and then the application deadline is fast approaching. Please kindly complete your application. And that completion application, when I went through all my things I submitted, everything have ticked me that we have received it, except that application fee, which, as I'm talking to you now, I can't afford. Please, I just want you to throw more light on that. If you have a plan for us, if we or we'll just be trying our fate, or if you have any other person we need to just go. We need to go to embassy now and start there. I'll be telling them. So I see I have application of if I have not processed full. So I want you to throw more light on that, please. Thank you.
Yeah. No problem. We know all of these things. I can assure you guys, we are having some underground. Like I told you guys, there was a time I told you guys that I met with some people in the international office of NIO, because I'm ambassador of international students here. I have tried to advocate in that area, but some of the staff that I have met, they said it is something that is beyond them to do. However, that there was email graduate school. Now, they emailed graduate school. Graduate school replied their email. And do you know the funny thing? When they emailed the graduates, the request they said that this is kind of something. I told them something that we should just find a way, even if it is because I brought up some of the issues that in Nigeria and in Ghana and in some of these African countries, the rate of dollar to naira is seriously not encouraging. It's going high. It's going high. Currently, naira to dollar is about 1,000 plus. So, and paying a application fee of $60 is about 60, so it's close to 70,000 naira.
I can't still pay from
somebody
bank.
who is, so we know some of these things. That is where we came from. I know myself, it was, even though I'm a lecturer, I know how difficult it was for me to pay the $60 that I paid when I came to NI. In fact, I didn't even pay it eventually. It was my friend here that paid it for me, honestly speaking. So I know all of these things, and we are trying to have some underground discussions we are trying to connect with some donors, those in education sector and all of that. We are doing some underground work, and I assure you that by God's grace, we are having hope in God that something could come up. Okay, so Oscar. So, but if there is anything that comes up, I will let you guys know. There are some announcements that I'm going to make. For instance, next week, we will have, United States of America annually celebrates International Students Week. And they do it on 13th to 17th of every month, of every November. So this year's own is going to hold starting from tomorrow, being Monday to Friday. And the Education African Scholars, being a non-profit organization that is operating in US and that have helped a lot of people come to US, those that will contribute to the US economy. We are joining United States government to celebrate that. And we have fixed on Friday this week to do a panel discussion. I'm going to roll out by next week, within the week, you will get the flyers and everything. We are planning to host it at 4 p.m. Nigerian time. We will bring some panelists, those that will just for us to discuss about that international, because this is an annual program done to celebrate and to reiterate the United States commitment to supporting international students coming to their country. So we want to do this. That's part of what we want to do at EduAfrica to attract some of these people you're talking about. We want to invite some of them. Some of them are going to be here, and we'll have a record of it. After it, we'll push it out. So all of you will be having that discussion program on Friday, and we are also inviting all EduAfrica followers to join because you are the participants. And we will also have some international students in this way that will also be part of that program and all of that. So
Please,
this thing will be on record.
participating in the program, will you give us an application fee waiver?
Participate first, because participating in that program, we want to feature some of you.
Okay.
Participating in that program is going to be a panel discussion. Some of you participants, we want to hear from you. You have to contribute, because it's going to be a topic. We will bring out a topic, educational topic, and it's going to be a discussion, and we will hear from you, and all of the things you have spoken will be on record. So any application we are making, we will push up that record, see that we have talented students, young people who are vibrant, who want to come to US, but they are having these challenges. So you don't just wake up and go to a donor and tell them, there are some people that we need, there is something I always tell people, you go explain, tire, no evidence. We need evidence. So we are working towards that program. By this week, I'm going to roll out information concerning that program. The Zoom link will be out for you to join 4 p.m. Nigerian time. We have already started contacting some panelists. It's going to be students that will be those panelists, because what we're going to discuss is about the challenges and opportunities that are left for international students in the US. And the panelists, there will be a moderator there. The panelists will discuss some of these things. And we will also talk about life after F1. When I say life after F1, I mean life after graduation. What next? And so we have a lot to discuss on that day. It's going to be like a discussion like this, just like 1 to 2 hours program. So that at the end of the day, we'll push it out that this is what we did to join international US government to reiterate their commitment. So this will also serve whenever we are making any case to any organization, because we're looking at talking to like USAID, some of these bigger non-profit organizations. We can say, this is what we do. This is what the challenges are. These are where you people can come in. And then we are also having plans to have more programs by January, February, March next year. And we're looking at bringing them in. So we want to start from somewhere, because you can't just tell people, come and do this thing for these guys, and then you won't have evidence. You will explain entire. So I think on that note, we'll roll out information on that. And then secondly, towards that, before by the time we drop this microphone, I'm gonna push out maybe Google Form or something like that to get you. I will, in the Google Form, I'll ask you to send questions that you would want us to treat on that event, because the moderator will need to have some questions which he will throw to the panelists. The panelists will now answer those questions. So we will get the questions from you guys, which are the participants. We'll use it to form that panel discussion program. We will invite some people, even some people from Africa that will join that program, some speakers from Africa that will join that program. So it's going to be a program that will enlighten people. Nzekwe, Sandra.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. My own is more of getting advice. I want to get advice from you guys because I'm emotionally down and then I'm confused. Last year, I applied for Commonwealth scholarship. So even though University of Stirling, they gave me admission, but later Commonwealth placed me on a waiting list though. But after everything, they sent me an email that I will not be given admission. I don't know the reasons. But then my question is, I want to know the way forward. Should I, like, something that will help me push my ability of getting admission, maybe for this next year, do my master's maybe in Nigeria, then start applying for PhD abroad, or should I? Because I've not tried US schools before. I've just been trying UK and Canada. Then I've not got scholarship. Then should I write GRE and then try US schools? I don't know. So I just want to know what can help to boost my ability of getting admission abroad. So I need an advice on that.
Nsekwe Sandra, I know you very well. I have read your statement of purpose. You are a very strong candidate based on what I have read about your student in your statement of purpose. So I will advise you to use that strength that you're using to apply to Commonwealth and Chevening and all of those things to submit to US. Now, I will advise also you think of writing a GRE if it is possible. You can write a GRE. GRE doesn't take time. You are like I said, I read your statement of purpose. I edited one of your statement of purpose recently, and I read it. You are a strong candidate. How I wish you will use that strength to submit, because why I'm telling you this, and I'm telling you this out of experience. When I was in Nigeria, I was hitting my head on ground for Commonwealth and Chevening, and they were misbehaving. Just the half of that strength that I used to hit my head on the ground for these two guys, for all these big, they call themselves big shots. Anyway, they are big shots anyway because of the crowd that submit application. I used half of it to submit to US schools. The day when I submitted to US, I submitted about 4 applications. 3 out of that 4 gave me funding. But NIU's own was the highest. I accepted NIU's own and rejected the rest. So I will advise you to use that strength to focus on US universities. US, once they see that you have a strong ground, like what I read about you, lose your strong background. Once they see it, they will take, because they are looking for the best. They are not looking for, the US is not like other countries or maybe UK or something that thinks that focuses more on your money. They focus more on your merit, on the merit. Are you strong enough to, because as you can see, I featured some of my colleagues here, and they have shared with you the challenges they are passing through when it comes to graduate school. So the test, when they look at your SOP, they will know that you can overcome those challenges and they will bring you in. So that's my advice. We are just doing a lot of things to see how we can channel people towards submitting applications in US, because it is, yeah.
Okay,
And
sorry.
that GRE is very important.
Okay. But the problem now about the jury is the funding, because the price to write this exam is too
Yeah,
high.
I know. How much is that GRE now, Sef, in Naira?
I think it's up to about 200,000.
Yeah, I think someone said 200,000, 200,000, and that is about, it's between $200 and $200 something dollars.
It's 220.
220K.
Yeah.
That is 200 grand, as in $200.
Imagine writing one exam 220 and you went and forgot your name.
Okay, no problem. All of these things are what we are putting together and pushing to our potential donors. So if we get a positive response, we will now do, like I was telling you guys, it's not that anybody that comes up, we will do, there will be an application process. We will know those, because we don't want to invest, because these donors, if they give us money, we would want in the nearest future, give them reports of progress we recorded. So we don't want to invest in someone that will waste our investment. Money is hard to come by now. So if we see that your application will waste our money, or you are not strong, we will give you, we cough out 200 and something thousand and give you to go and write an exam, and you come out and tell us what Mr. Okeke and Mr. Okafor did, made you to not to meet up with the exam, all of that. We don't want that story. So we will respond, because now if we sponsor you, we will follow you up to make sure that our investment, we get return, ROI. Maybe that's, you should know about that. Return on investment, ROI. If we put money in you, we want to get the money from you, and we want you to become someone. We want you to be, because what we are doing in Edu Africa is, like I've told you guys, we are trying to build the largest network of scholars in Africa, who will, within the next 5 to 10 years, transform our educational system, which is seriously in shambles. So, and we have seen that education system here, we can replicate some of the things that are done here in our place. And the people we are bringing here are the people that I see as the future of Africa. So we can't just see you because you are following us and we just give you the money. No, we will have a process. Once we have the funding, we will have a process, so that at the end of the day, we will explain to our donors that this is the process we use to select these people. These are the strong people we have selected. These are the people so we will follow up until we make sure that you arrive in your country. If we see that we are hoping that by God's grace, if we have more funding, we can even be paying flight tickets. So all of these things are what we don't want to support, because when US gives you funding or gives you scholarship, they don't give you other money like your flights and all of those ones. So it's like we are like supporting hand to US to make sure that you become someone. And that is what we are doing. Pascal.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, good evening from Nigeria. Thank you, Mr. Stanley, and all the senior scholars in the house. In an insightful session since 8 p.m. Thank you for all you're doing. And for me, I think I have some challenges with my applications. I've reached out to a couple of schools.
Your volume is going down. Are you?
Wait. Let me.
Okay, so while he's coming up, okay, Linda Somtochi.
Please,
Linda Somtochi.
Can you hear me now?
Pascal, are you back?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, better.
Okay. I said I so much appreciate and thank you for all you've been doing. For me, I have a couple of challenges with my applications. I've actually reached out to program directors and reached out to professors and whose research interest aligns with my, but the challenge I have presently is the issue of application fee. I don't know if EduAfrica could help us to somehow, because I've actually done my bit as an individual. I've written to them, explained my circumstances, what my present salary here in Nigeria is. Then it seems it's not working. We've been going back and forth. They said they are not ready to waive. Hello.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
So it seems
let me mute her. Okay, go ahead.
Getting this application fee waivers from them has been a difficult one, and these are schools with high rate, high acceptance rate, and not just that, they have funding. Of course, I confirmed, I've actually attended a series of their webinars, and they have funding, but the only challenge I have is this issue of application fee. I've actually written to them as an individual that this is what my circumstances, this is what I currently aim. And sometimes, I don't know, telling them that you're unable to pay $50, $70, $100, somehow it sounds so, I don't know how it sounds to them. But then if you go to them in the US is a very small money. But for some of us here, that's way too much. Asking somebody to cough out $50, which is about 50,000 in naira. What we have here in Nigeria, the minimum wage here is 35,000 naira, which is equivalent to $35. And then somebody asking you to pay an application fee of say $60, $70. That is about 2 times that's your 2 months salary. Somebody asking you to bring your 2 months salary for one application. And imagine if you're to apply to, let's say, 2 to 3 schools, So this is a very big challenge. I've written to. So
Yeah.
if Edu Africa as an organization can write to them, like speak to them on behalf of African scholars, maybe some of us from Ghana, Togo, and other African countries, and let them understand what our situation is. As we speak now, a dollar is equivalent to 1,000, almost 1,003 or 1,2 in naira.
Yeah,
When
it's
you
about
multiply that,
1,180 something. So
yeah, it's 1,000 plus. And then the second challenge I'm having, of course, some of them would insist that we'll send in our official transcript to them. But then they still don't understand the fact that getting this official transcript from a Nigerian, from an African country is difficult, because mostly what they do here is analog, it's not automated. So for you to get these things, first of all, you pay. You also have to kind of speak to the person that will type it. They would keep giving you excuses that the person that is supposed to type it is not around, the person that will sign is not around, the person that will take it to the courier service agency is not, all of these things takes time. You might spend 3 months just for you to get your academic transcript. And then the US schools in the US has given you a deadline of which you must meet up with. So if they could, it kind of allow us apply with our unofficial transcript. Then once we are admitted, we can now request for the official one instead of us spending all of those money to a school that we are not sure of. Though you are a strong candidate, but there are still other strong candidates from other countries that are still
countries,
applying.
yeah.
So it's more like
That's
a 50-50 kind of thing. Yes, we pray and we also do our best to pushing a stronger application. But then somebody somewhere somehow is also pushing in a stronger application. So you spending all of this money in something you are not 100% sure of is a challenge. And then the most painful one is this issue of English language proficiency test score. I'm having a challenge with Villanova University. I applied to the school. I think all my checklists were checked, remaining that of language proficiency. Now, if we are to look into that, someone like myself, I could remember while I was in primary school, you dare not speak your native language, your African language in the class. We were compelled to adopt English language even from while we were still under 10 years, kind of. We had our primary school. During our primary school, we were taught using English. During our secondary, we were taught using English. Some of us spent 5 years in higher in tertiary institutions. We used the English, and then somehow you are applying to Spanish. They're telling you that you must write a test to prove to them that you can speak English or you can understand English. It's a very painful one. I've written to them, explained my circumstances to them, but they are still insisting that it's a requirement that I must provide. So if EduAfrica could help us, if they don't want to waive the language test, that's fine. But if EduAfrica as an organization can write to them and tell them, okay, people from countries like Nigeria, where English is their legal franca, their official language is English language, instead of them subjecting us to a paid test that expires after 2 years. I don't know if you're getting it. Even if you source money to pay this thing, to write some of this language that you pay $185, which is 185,000 in naira, is not a small money. And then if you're unable to gain admission with this document after 2 years, you are compelled to go and rewrite the language test again. So my suggestion is that if EduAfrica could help us to reach out to them and tell them to they should make provision for a separate interview for some of us coming from Nigeria, just to test our efficiency level instead of them subjecting us to a paid test that expires after 2 years. You know, there are some other
Yes.
challenges, but I think these are the most pressing, or the ones that I hope, like, this thing choke me for neck. You know, so most of my
Yeah,
application,
yeah.
these are the challenges I have
I, I
in my
really,
application.
I really get your
Thank,
point.
thank you.
I really, wait, I really
Yeah,
get
thank you,
your
my brother.
point. Yeah, I really get your point. You know, all of these things, we have been having conversations around it, officially and unofficially, with professors here in this US. I tell you one thing that happened. Last month, I was in Austin, Texas. I attended a conference. My department sponsored us to. Michael will testify to that. So we were in Austin, Texas, and I was talking with one of the professors, or one of the education, somebody, I think someone from one professor from one university. And we were just having informal conversation concerning applications and all of that, because I introduced our organization to them, what we do in Edu Afrique. I also introduced myself that I'm an ambassador of international students at NIU, and then all of those things. So he was so impressed to hear more from me. So we had some robust discussion concerning all of these challenges. Number one, the issue of application fee waiver. I was telling him something that day, that this money, $60, $70 at US Acts, for us here or for them here, is a very small money. But in our country, it's a very big. I told him that minimum wage, you are even saying 35. Minimum wage in Nigeria, the last time I checked, is $33 plus. It's 33,000 naira. And I told him I told him the conversion rate, that 33,000 naira is $33. That is minimum wage of what somebody goes on with 1 month, a civil servant. The man, do you know what the man said? This man said this is bullshit, because $33 here is what people use to cut their hair. If I go to barbing salon now, after they finish barbing me, that's that we pay 500 in Nigeria. You will just give somebody $33 just to barb your hair. So it's a chicken change. And the man said this is bullshit. In civil service, that this is what civil servants go home with. Some civil servants at state and local government level. And he couldn't, in fact, he didn't believe it. He didn't believe it, because $33 is not up to what someone is not what someone is paid for 1 hour of work in this country. If you go to companies, most companies pay 50 something, 40 something dollars per hour. Some pay 30 something. And I mean, this is per hour. I'm talking about per hour, and someone is working like 40 hours a week. Multiply $54 or $55 or $45 times by 40 hours a week times by 4 weeks a month. You see what somebody is going home with. So that is to compare what happens in Nigeria and what happens here. So they don't understand. So when they fix this application fee, they fix it because, for them, this is just a way of, it doesn't make sense. It's not a much thing for them, but they don't know what we're passing through. So, like I told you, we are having some underground discussions with some people on this. I met with some business owners at that conference, and I was able to relay some of these things, like this English language of a thing. I made them to understand that English language is the official communication language in Nigeria. Most schools have waved it away. NIU doesn't put it. If you go to NIU website, there's a section in the website where Nigerians are not required to submit it. I told you guys what happened a few days ago, that I was with the admission advisor of NIU. I told him that this is not a requirement in admission to NIU. He said he didn't know about this, so that I'm just telling him for the first time. So it could be that most of these people do not have the information. And most times, what I'm advising you to do is to check their website and check. There could be a place where most of the schools post the countries that are exempted from English, because that application website you are doing is an application website for everybody, both English and non-English speaking countries. So they don't design a certain application website for Nigerians or for Ghanaians. They design one application site. So, but the only thing is that some programs and some countries now differ from another country. So you can now submit something that is peculiar to your own country. So if there is a place in their listing, you can make a case. What they need is, like my guy said, is reality, is evidence. Once you give them evidence that we are not required to submit TOEFL, then they will wave it away. Then finally, like I always tell you guys, for you to submit application, find a school that has a high acceptance rate. Don't just go and pay application fee to anyhow person or anyhow school. So think about that. All right. So I think I addressed. Okay, there was second question you asked. The second question. I think
I
I've
still
addressed the
have
first and the last.
my last question is this. It's not like it's a question though. It's more of a suggestion. Since Edu Africa is a body, we are also looking at Edu Africa helping us to discuss with most US universities. Now, if you check through most of their portals, for their tuition fees, they actually categorize their payment into the kind of international student and in-state student. Now, those international students comprises of people from economically disadvantaged countries. It's more like I'm an international student and somebody coming from an European country to the US is also an international student. It's unfair to charge a Nigerian or say a Ghanaian the same amount you're charging somebody from an Europe from a developed country simply because you are non-US citizen. I don't know. So, and if you check through most of these US, you understand that these are just the two categories that they have, international student and US citizen. So if they could have a sub under the international, a kind of international student from developed countries and international student from underdeveloped countries. They should just find a way to also reduce the fees for us and not compel us to pay the same amount that somebody's from a developed country, a non-US country is paying. And we are comparing a Nigerian who is struggling, who is not even sure of $1 per day to pay what somebody's from Japan or somebody from, say, Russia is paying, kind of. So these are some of the things that Edu Africa should help us to, as a body to discuss with. Because if we should write to them as individuals, they might not give us that listening here. If the appeal comes from a body, I think they might want to do something in that regard. So these are my questions
Yeah.
and my suggestions. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. Well, all of the things you have suggested is something that we are, like I told you, we are working on background. And Edu Africa, I've always told people that Edu Africa is a movement. Edu Africa is a spiritual thing. Is a spiritual movement. We are actually doing a lot, and we have so far within the short period we came up on air. We have achieved a lot, and we are still achieving more. So all of these discussions can come up. We have some strategies we are putting up. It's a strategic thing. One of the strategies is like this program we're going to hold on Friday. After holding the program on Friday, we are joining. You can only, if you want to achieve something, if you want someone to do something for you, you have to align yourself with that person. Like if you look at Edu Afrique, our mission and vision aligns with some of the policies of United States government, the diversity, equity, and inclusion policies of US government, the celebration of international students, their commitment to support international students in their education. If you see the kind of funding, or the kind of money they spend on us, I told you guys early this semester, when semester started, I went to my student account. Do you know what I saw there? What I'm supposed to pay? 10,800 and something US dollars. Where would I get that? Assuming I'm not on scholarship. 2 weeks later, after my scholarship was applied, because that is normal thing. Once semester starts, they will post on your student account where you're supposed to pay. But then as time goes on, the bodies that are funding you will now start sending the money to NIU. Once they send it, they apply it to your student listing. Within 2 to 3 weeks, that money came down to $743 from 10,000 something. So you see, I'm on waiver. They gave me a waiver of close to 9,000 plus. So this is the kind, and this is spent per semester, not even per year. Next semester, there is still gonna be a huge amount of money that they will still waive away. So all of these things, we know that US government are doing a lot to support international education, and we want to align with them, and that is why we are doing some of these programs, like the one we plan to do on Friday. We are also making plans to collaborate with, like I told you guys, towards February, March next year, we are planning a conference. We're planning a conference. These are the things we are discussing with some of our donors to see if, so we plan a conference, and that conference we are planning to invite some of these officials. And when we invite them, we will have you guys participate in this kind of program from Nigeria. And then they will hear it from the horse's mouth, not what, because I am telling them these things. Most of when I tell them, they don't even believe it. Because me that is telling them that that there is hunger. You look at if you look at the dressing of the guy and everything, this guy is a big boy. How can you say you are not doing well? So, but when they see you the way you are and see that you are suffering, so we want to feature, and that program we want to do next year, we will do a lot of competitions that will go with prizes. We will do like quiz competition, debate. We will do like presentations. You people will prepare a topic, present. At the end of the day, we choose the best paper and give some award. So it's gonna be a virtual conference. We are planning. You present, you that are applying. So you do a practical thing. So if you have a paper, you submit it. We make you to present your paper during that conference. And then we see the capabilities of Nigerians. Because in this world we are into now, it's a world of showcasing what you are, showcasing who you are. It's not a word of, I want to hide myself. Listen, let me tell you guys something. Why I won a lot of scholarships and why I'm still winning more is because anyone I win, I talk about it. I laugh at people when people come out and say, village people, that you shouldn't post, because if you post, village people will come and finish you. I see it as people still living in the before millennia. We are in Gen Z, in Generation Z. That is where we are now. I don't know why people will be thinking about village people. These white people, what they are saying is, what are you achieving? What have you achieved? You need to give them evidence. You need to showcase yourself. That's why if any of the, like when we attended that conference last month in Austin, Texas, I met a lot of, after discussing with, they will tell you, can I have your LinkedIn account? Now, You want to give them a LinkedIn account where you are posting your nude pictures. You want to give them a LinkedIn account where you're posting nude pictures of one of these artists and all of that. You need to be updating your social media, because here they work with social media. Most times when you introduce yourself to them, they will just there was even someone I introduced myself to. I didn't even give her my LinkedIn account. After our discussion, I let her saw her request. That is to tell you that after they do background check. So we want to project you guys and also project Edu Afrique, so that at the end of the day, when we have cordial relationship, because some of these things is not something you can do officially, right, and they will listen to it. It is something that when you establish a close relationship, an informal relationship with these powers that be, you put up something and they will now push it up. That is politics. So everything is on you guys, on how you have participated fully in all our programs, how you are showcasing. We want to use Edu Afrique to bring out that's why we call it Education African Global Connect. We want to connect you guys to the powers that be. We want to use this platform and connect you guys. And that is what we are doing here. So I think I'm exhausting all my powers. I have my assignment to do. I think we'll continue the discussion. But then, okay, let me just take, Linda has been raising her hands. Linda Somto, let me just take your question and we might call it a day from there.
Okay, thank you so much. Greetings to you all.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We want to appreciate Edu Afrique for all they have been doing for us. So my own is more of challenges then before I ask my question. Like last year, 2022, I've been applying for masters in UK schools, UK universities, but I have HND. So the email and the graduate coordinators I emailed, most of them told me that they don't give HND students admission. It was only University of Brunei that the graduate coordinator told me that I should send my CV, let her know if I have experience before they can consider giving me admission. So I sent my CV to her. So she was like that I studied dental therapy, HND. Then I want to do public health, masters in public health, so that I don't have experience in public health. That assuming I have like 2 years or more experience, that she can consider me. So I now decided to register for postgraduate diploma here in Nigeria. I'm currently doing it now. I'm still in our first semester. So my question now is, should I now wait and finish my PGD before starting to apply for masters again, or should I use my HND and apply for PGD in US colleges? Or should I write a GR? I don't know which one will be better for me. So that's my question.
My advice, HND is accepted in US. Okay, Micah is Micah, my colleague at the MPA program here. He has HND and he's doing his masters now. So HND is accepted in most universities in this US. So you can, while you are doing your PGD, I didn't say you should drop it. While you are doing it, start applying to US universities with your. I know that UK universities do not accept it, but US universities accept it. But some of them do request that you do WES evaluation. So
okay, I've already done WES. No, the calculator. Like I've used it to calculate my GP.
No, I
But
mean, I
I've
don't
not done.
mean that. Yes, you have to do it officially. It's not, yes, you can do it unofficially on your own, but I'm talking of the official West evaluation. You pay to them, they'll do it, and then they will be the one that will be sending your transcript to anywhere you want them to send it to. So that is how it is done. So there are some universities here in the US you can possibly apply to. So you can find a way to connect with Micah. He will give you further assistance or further guidance on how you can apply with your HND. He came with HND, and
Wow.
he made a distinction in his HND. So he's a very strong candidate that I will always recommend people to go to for consultations, especially in that area. So try to connect with him, check him on LinkedIn, um, just connect with him, and then start talking with him from there. He will be able to guide you properly on how you can apply with HND in the US.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
sir. What of
Yeah.
the GR? Did I need it?
GRE, that's it depends. It depends on the program, it depends on the university, it depends on all of these things. So it's something that you will check the program requirements of any program you're applying to. You will
Okay.
check the program requirements of any program you're applying to. So, but you will need GRE, yes. I think some of them you may need GRE, but just check the program requirements and you will,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you everyone. Doc, I think you have spoken before. What again? Just 20 seconds.
Okay, I think
Marcel.
you have. I think we have actually exhausted what I wanted to say. Pascal have exhausted. Just that I wanted to chip in that when he mentioned the issue of English proficiency, I was like, it baffles me when you colonize someone with English, and back in the days they didn't go to school, you understand them very well what they are saying. Now I went to school to study even the English, you can't understand me. You ask me to go and write the exam. So, but
Yeah, violence. Please come on, it's violence. The reason why is violence. Don't come and fight us and fight me here. Fight with your Pascal. The two of you should continue your fight there.
Please, I have something to say.
All right. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Sir, please a minute to because I know that we
Chukwuemeka, oh yeah, nah, just okay, 30 seconds.
okay, sir. Please, thank you so much. I want to appreciate everybody and thank you, Tasdan. Please, I was trying to figure out that thing you asked me to do in that my school, the University of South Carolina. So the place they asked us to submit that is just a this thing, a form we are asked to that just it's not like an email, just a place for us to click and then upload the document which was specified. Basically, this thing, transcript and the CV. In that my CV, can I do a small note on first page before the CV? That's what I want to ask.
Small note, what would be the small note?
Like, I want to reply them back to what they stated in the requirement concerning GMAT waiver, which has to do with a higher academic achievement.
Okay, okay, yeah, okay. Okay, it's true. Okay, you can, yes. Anywhere, anyhow, you can pass information to them.
Okay.
It's either you send a mail to them, or you can send a mail to them and also do this process. If you have a link or a screenshot of where it is written on their site, tell them that this is an evidence to prove that this is not a requirement. So you're making a case.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Please,
Yeah.
Pascal and Doctor should go and leave Nigeria for us.
These people, I know that they will fight on the airport.
No, Doc is leaving by January.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your active participation. We will keep the conversation going. Like I said before, we will roll out information regarding this Friday program we have by 4 p.m. Nigerian time. It's going to be a panel discussion. We want you to participate actively. We will see your participation from, I'm going to send out a survey. So we'll send out a survey to get your questions. That questions will form part of what the moderator will use. So, then before you people, you guys should check some links that was dropped by our special guest of honor. I don't want to say much, but then there was some link he dropped. I think he has left the program. He told me that he's about to go to bed. He's already 1 a.m. in Uganda. So he dropped some link, scholarship link, copy that link, and start looking for applications in that area. Yeah, so check the chat box. You will see it. You will see where he dropped those things. And then he typed that he's leaving, and then so just check that. You will see the links he dropped there. Copy those links and submit applications there. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. We meet again on Friday virtually. We hope to make that program a very viable one. Your participation will encourage Edu Afrique. It is you that will help Edu Afrique to achieve her aim. Edu Afrique, all of those money we are applying for, it's not, I don't, it cannot solve my problem. I already have my issues that God is helping me to solve. So we are doing it for the society. If we get it, we give it out. If we don't get it, we cannot kill ourselves. And those of you that come to my DM asking for money and all of those things, I know get money, I beg, I won't beg you now. I know get money. The money they are paying me here is just stipend that I'm using to pay for my house rent and take care of myself. Please, please. My Facebook now, I've run away from my Facebook. I have run away from that place. People have pursued me away. And then they'll now want to pursue me from what? And I don't know, most times when I don't respond, I don't know how they find my number in WhatsApp. Please, please. I'm doing these things. It's not that I never blow. I beg. I beg. I don't have money. So but just keep on praying for us. If we get, we go give. We cannot kill ourselves. All right. So
boss, do give away, I beg, do give away.
I'll give away.
Doc, stop going to his DM, oh, Doc.
Which is up to my DM, I beg. If you are coming to my DM, send me
Doc,
money.
Doc, stop going to his DM. Doc, stop going to his DM.
I know the laptop for them.
All right, thank you guys, thank you everyone. I'm happy for your participation, and then we had a very good robust discussion, and we look forward to. So, and then secondly and lastly, we are building database for all our beneficiaries. It's part of still what we are doing to reach out to donors and to people that can assist you guys in some of these policies. We are building the database of those that has been assisted in one way or the other by Edu Afrique to come to US and other countries. I'm still going to roll out that form this evening on the Edu Afrique platform and every other place. If you get that form, fill it. If you have benefited, I mean, that thing is specifically for those that have traveled out of the country, out of their country, because the information you're providing there is your name, your details, the school you're studying currently, the schools you applied, all of those things. So I will send out the forms. So we want to have the database of those that we have access. So That form is going to be a live form that people will be filling. Once you get your visa, you'll fill it. We have you in our database. Once you get your visa, it's something that we can have that will be of reference. Edu Africa has come to stay. Edu Africa vision and mission has even grown beyond me. So even if I'm no longer there, the databases are there. The database are there to keep people updated. And if we are reaching out to some of these guys, some of these gladiators, political gladiators in the US, because we insisting you guys to come, when you guys come, you guys will contribute to the US economy. Because what we are saying, you are going to contribute to both your host and home country. So it is a way we are assisting the US government. So we can always have, you can't just wake up and say, we have helped 5 people, we have helped 10 people, we have helped 20 people. And then when they say, where is the data of those 10 people? You don't have them. You say, some of them are in Odin, some of them are in, you don't do that. Like I told you, what these people deal with is data. They deal with facts. They don't deal with what you say with your mouth. So if you don't have any data, if you don't have any, that's what I've said. You go explain, tire, no evidence. So if you guys want us to have evidence, if you want us to have evidence for those that we have helped this year, I will push it out on the group chat and push it out even to some of them in their personal DM. So I will start gathering those data and start having something we can work with. All right. Yeah. Do have a peaceful night. I know it's night in Nigeria now, about 1 a.m. Nigerian time. Yeah, so every other thing, we will keep talking. On Friday, I'm going to meet you guys again virtually. Like I said, please, people should stop coming to my DM. And then another thing, if you're coming to my DM to ask me something, don't just come and type good morning and go, or good afternoon. If you come, you know that I don't have your number. And I don't have time to be responding to messages. Type, if you want to say good morning, say your good morning and go straight and explain everything at once. I don't have time to respond to good morning or alpha, bros. All of those, I know they do, except for those that have their personal contacts on some of these things. I can probably, because I have it, we've been talking before now. But if I don't have your personal contact, why coming to tell me alpha? Do I know, why, if you're telling me alpha, if I say I know they fine, can you help me? Beg. I don't have time for responding to some of those messages, especially from numbers I did not save in my phone. I've said this over and over again, but people kept doing it and they kept disturbing, kept posting, sending messages that I cannot respond to. If I don't reply to your message, know that I don't have the time. Tomorrow morning, I will be in my workplace. I don't have time to respond to messages, especially messages from unsaved numbers. If you want to do something, type it and tell me everything whenever I come online. And some of these guys have even learned, like Ebuka, he will just come, say, do everything there and go and push it for me there. Anytime I come online, I always share. So he has learned that. So people should go and ask him how he does his own. Yeah, so thank you guys. Thank you, everyone. And may God bless you guys and assist you guys as you keep on applying. I hope that and pray that by this time next year, we have, this year, we recorded a good number of persons we helped this year, and we are hoping to double that number next year. And you guys are the next line. Yes. All right. See you guys, and we keep the flag flying in the WhatsApp group chat. Bye.